This is remarkable. Ladies and gentlemen, share parklands support millions of people across West Africa, the rest of the continent, together with households that depend on collection, processing, and trade. It is therefore a joy to welcome trade ministers from across the region. Your presence underscores the importance of cooperation among our sister nations. I'm told that there are about 21 African countries here. Is that true? And others also part of the global family interested in our beautiful products of the share. So welcome all of you. In Ghana alone, hundreds of thousands of women are engaged in share activities, particularly in the northern part of our country. Share trees are part of everyday life, providing food and income and contributing to exports. Distinguished guests, global demand for share continues to expand as the food, confectionery, and cosmetics industries increase their use of share derivatives. To fully benefit from this opportunity, we must move beyond exporting raw materials and focus on greater value addition. Thank you. Transforming kernels into butter and then into ingredients for food and cosmetics sectors enables our countries to add more value, generate more jobs, and strengthen rural economies. This is where Ghana's reset agenda becomes particularly relevant. It reflects the government's commitment to rebuilding, expanding, and strengthening key sectors of the economy while creating more opportunities for local industries and ensuring that Ghana captures greater value from its natural resources. This means moving beyond the export of raw materials towards greater value addition, processing, and industrial development. In the same vein, our 24-hour economy initiative is designed to unlock productivity by supporting continuous production, processing, and trade across key sectors. For industries such as this one, that means expanding processing capacity, improving efficiency along the value chain, and enabling enterprises to operate at greater scale. And by increasing local utilization and encouraging investment in processing, we create more jobs for women and young people while ensuring that a greater share of the value generated by this industry remains within our economies. The theme for this year's conference, together with the presence of government representatives from across the region and beyond, recognizes that parklands stretch across the Savannah belt from Senegal to Uganda, and that regional collaboration remains essential. Together, we can ensure that Africa remains the leading hub, especially West Africa, remains the leading hub of the share industry while providing greater benefits to our producers, processors, and communities. In so doing, we must remember that the long-term success of this sector depends on sustainability, and that we must protect and restore the share parklands while supporting farmers and collectors. Share parklands are unique agroforestry systems that support biodiversity, improve soil fertility, and strengthen climate resilience across the savanna landscape. This approach will help meet increasing global demand while safeguarding the environmental integrity of these landscapes. Protecting them is therefore both an economic necessity and an environmental responsibility. Just as important is recognizing the central role of women in this sector. You didn't hear that one. Women dominate the value chain from kernel collection to primary processing, and their work supports families and communities across Ghana. But the women need to benefit more from the value. Addressing this imbalance is not only a matter of equity. It is essential to improving productivity, raising incomes, and ensuring the sector's long-term sustainability. As we celebrate this anniversary, we should also look ahead to the next phase of growth for the shea industry. This should be driven by innovation, regional cooperation, increased value addition, sustainable production, fair pricing, and local development. I am confident that discussions over the coming days will generate new ideas, partnerships, and investments that will help achieve these goals and more. On behalf of His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, it is my pleasure to officially declare SHARE 2026 open. Thank you very much.
Cold stores were warming. Hospitals were straining on generators. That was the reality of Ghana's power sector before any incident at Akosombo. That is the crisis this government owns, fully, entirely, and without excuse. On 19th April 2026, 4 days before the Akosombo incident, President Mahama stood before the Ghanaian people and declared, "The outages you are facing are not doomsday." He described the disruptions as necessary steps to ensure a more reliable and stable power supply. The Ghanaian people did not believe him then. They do not believe him now. And the NPP minority will not allow this government to shelter its own incompetence behind the narrative of a single incident. We say to the President directly, the darkness Ghanaians are experiencing is not the product of 23rd April 2026. It is a product of 14 months of policy failure, institutional neglects, and the deliberate abandonment of the energy sector recovery framework that the Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia administration put in place to prevent exactly this kind of collapse. The government of President Akufo-Addo and Vice President Bawumia did not leave behind a broken sector without solutions. They left behind the Energy Sector Recovery Program, which we call the ESRP, a comprehensive, internationally agreed framework designed to address the financial and operational vulnerabilities of Ghana's electricity sector. The ESRP had been negotiated with the IMF as a structural benchmark under Ghana's extended credit facility. It had specific timelines, specific targets, and specific commitments. It was not a wish list. It was a working plan, agreed with international partners and designed to be implemented with urgency. The IMF had projected Ghana's energy sector financial shortfall at $2.2 billion and had explicitly identified the ESRP as the mechanism for preventing supply disruptions. The government's own finance minister has acknowledged that cumulative sector shortfalls could exceed $9 billion by 2026 without immediate reforms. Independent power producers' obligations remained outstanding. Revenue collection failures at ECG, with distribution losses exceeding 25% of electricity generated, had been documented, flagged, and handed to this government with a clear prescription for resolution. What did the Mahama government do with this inheritance? It delayed, it diluted, it rebadged the crisis as a maintenance program. It renamed Dumso as upgrades, and it presided month after month over the financial strangulation of the very infrastructure upon which millions of Ghanaians depend. The question every Ghanaian must ask is a simple one. If the lights were on when the NPP handed over power, and the lights are off now, who turned them off? Ghana's installed generation capacity stands at over 5,200 megawatts against a peak demand of approximately 4,300 megawatts. On paper, we have more than sufficient generation capacity to keep the lights on. The crisis has never been about how much power we can generate. It has always been financial, managerial, and infrastructural failure, one that the ESRP was designed to solve, one that the NPP government was actively addressing, and one that this NDC government has allowed to worsen through incompetence and willful neglect. Scapegoating officials. The decision to ask the Gridco CEO to step aside and to reshuffle ECG's Ashanti regional leadership may generate headlines. It will not generate electricity. The MPP minority puts it squarely to this government. What Ghana is witnessing is not accountability. It is the political management and embarrassment by the administration, by an administration caught off guard by the consequences of its own inactions. Engineer Mark Ewuaba was appointed acting CEO of Gridco in 2025 by this very administration. The financial environment within which Gridco has been forced to operate since January 2025, one of chronic underfunding, uncleared IPP obligations, deferred maintenance, and a sector hemorrhaging cash under NDC stewardship, is not of his making. It is the making of his political principles. To hold him publicly accountable while shielding the policy architects of this disaster is not justice. It is deflection dressed up as decisive leadership. Even with the fire outbreak at Akosombo, the government has a responsibility to protect our national energy infrastructure backbone, the transmission network. However, lack of maintenance and safety protocols must be blamed on the government. We do not oppose investigation. Any inquiry into events at critical national infrastructure must be thorough and transparent. If negligence, dereliction of duty, or any other culpable conduct is found, those responsible must face the full force of the law. But investigation must precede conclusion, and the suspension of officials must not serve as a press release substitute for a genuine reckoning with the policy failures that has brought Ghana's energy sector to its knees. If any official is to face scrutiny, let that same scrutiny fall on the energy minister and on this president. For it is their ministry, their policy choices, and their disdain for the ESRP that created the conditions under which critical national infrastructure has been allowed to deteriorate. The Gridco CEO did not delay the ESRP. The ECG Ashanti management did not accumulate or refuse to clear the IPP payment backlog. The government did. Every outed Ghanaian suffer is not an abstraction. It is a factory that has stopped production, a cold store that has warmed and destroyed its inventory, a hospital ward running on a generator with uncertain fuel, a student who cannot study, a small business that has shuttered for another day, a family that has gone to bed in the dark again, and the wounded and wondered when their government will tell them the truth. We recall with horror the human cost of the NDC's doomsday during President Mahama's first term. oxygen-dependent deliveries interrupted, life-saving surgeries catastrophically disrupted when power was cut, industries crippled, agriculture devastated. The Institute of Statistical, Social and Economic Research documented losses of at least $680 million in payments. The same president presiding over the same crisis with the same excuses and the same contempt for the suffering of the Ghanaian people. In 2015, President Mahama himself acknowledged to the German Chancellor Angela Merkel that he had been nicknamed Mr. Dumso. He did not deny the crisis then. He cannot deny it now. The name has returned with its owner. The 1 Ghana cedi Dumso levy. Ghanaians will recall that a special levy of 1 Ghana cedi per litre was imposed on fuel, expressly presented to the public as a dedicated mechanism to address the energy crisis. Citizens were asked to bear this additional financial burden at the pump, on top of the already crippling cost of living, with the assurance that the funds would be channeled directly into fixing the power sector. Ghanaians, as they so often do, complied. Yet, to this day, no report on this levy has been presented to Parliament. No public accounting has been made. No independent audit has been published. The Ministry of Energy and the Ministry of Finance have remained conspicuously silent on what should be a matter of the most basic public accountability. How much revenue has been collected under this levy since its introduction? Into which account or accounts have the funds been paid? What specific projects, interventions, or payments have been made from the funds collected? What is the current balance, if any, of the levy fund? These are questions that any responsible government must be able to answer without hesitation. We also know that the problems of the sector is not only technical, it is financial. The Ministry of Finance announced last year that it had cleared all the debts to IPPs. The government also credited itself with financial improvement at ECG. However, the data available to us is that government owes IPPs over $500 million and over $200 million to companies that supplied fuel for power generation. We call on the government to come clear on the financial situation in the sector, particularly after the imposition of the Dumso levy. We are calling on the Minister for Energy and the Minister for Finance to, within the shortest possible time, lay before Parliament upon resumption and publish for the consumption of all Ghanaians a full, detailed, and independently verified report on the 1 Ghana cedi Dumso levy, covering all collections made to date, all disbursements, and the outcomes of every expenditure. If the levy has been collected but not properly applied, Ghanaians have the right to know. If it has been misappropriated, those responsible must be held accountable. We will not let this matter rest. Let me add that the Honorable Habib, First Deputy Minority Whip, will be filing an RTI on the energy sector levy. How much has been realized and what has been used for when we are still experiencing Dumso. What the government must do immediately: stop the semantic deception. The government must immediately cease describing a nationwide power crisis as a planned maintenance program or a series of routine transformer upgrades. Ghanaians are not fooled. The lights are out because this government failed to implement the recovery plan it inherited, not because of engineering schedules. Implement the ESRP without further delay. The energy sector recovery program must be fully and faithfully implemented, with a public implementation timeline verified by independent parties. Every further week of delay deepens the financial deterioration that is producing the operational failures Ghanaians are experiencing. There is no credible alternative. Clear outstanding IPP obligations immediately. Independent power producers cannot sustain capacity under conditions of chronic payment default. The government must publish the full quantum of outstanding IPP obligations and provide a binding publicly available payment schedule with credible external verification. Commission and publish a national infrastructure safety audit. Ghanaians own this infrastructure. They are entitled to know the current maintenance and operational status of every critical node in Ghana's transmission and distribution network. If other substations, switch yards, and control facilities are in a state of despair caused by financial neglect, Parliament and the public must know. Appear before Parliament without delay. The Minister of Energy must appear before the full House and brief members on the current state of Ghana's generation and transmission capacity, the financial obligations outstanding to IPPs, the status of the ESRP, and this government's credible, costed, and time-bound plan to end doomsday. Parliament oversight mandate is not optional. It is constitutional. Ensure due process for suspended officials. An investigation of Gridco CEO or ECG's Ashanti leadership must follow transparent due process. Findings must be evidence-based. If culpability is established, the law must take its course. If it is not, those officials must be fully and publicly exonerated. This government must not sacrifice public servants on the altar of political optics, while its own ministers escape accountability. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, Ghana cannot afford a government that manages crisis through spectacle. Suspending a CEO, reshuffling a regional management team, and calling a press briefing are not an energy policy. They are a choreography of an administration desperate to be seen acting while refusing to confront the true author of this catastrophe itself. The doomsday Ghanaians are experiencing today is not the product of any single incident. It is the product of an NDC government that was handed a working recovery plan by the President Akufo-Addo and Dr. Bawumia and chose instead to govern by excuses, to manage by misdirection, and to treat a national emergency as a public relations problem to be explained away rather than an energy crisis to be urgently solved. The lights were already going out across Ghana before anything happened at Akosombo. They were going out because this government let the sector decay. They were going out because the ESRP was abandoned. They were going out because IPP obligations went uncleared.
Ono na yo mind papa ono na odo ma o mai enu ara na ye hwehwe odo ma o mai enu ara na hia abusia ha pa 97.9 FM ana fe TVXYZ tebraso ya tenase inside politics jimedi esunie and sama wodo a etwegu wo man Ghana ha emu nchiremu esene fata se wotimamuni wo Ghana ni a wodi tumi ahye mpanifo nsem se monye mona mutirimu abobew mona mubetimi adi anim na yenya hospital se yare ayebekom yenya loro kwan ya papa ye toka ye yisika bode ne toka ye de faso a ye ntaise papa ye shocks nye week abre na bra no bia no esane se kwan ni nyenti yenya schools papa ne yakro yenya nyuma pa bia ye obra yako nursing training na wie yako teacher training na wie ye yakase yako soso ye nyuma bi awie ye benya support dey free aban ne woni atimi aye adwuma ti abibia ye no ne di dwuma dey ibom uko Facebook aye ho at 979 FM ana TVXYZ ewo Facebook na mo bo modi na kopie me o YouTube aye XYZ broadcasting na fe wabo modi agebre na wahwe dwuma dey ibi adwinkyire bi abeba otim wo bra dwuma dey ikoso bo modi na fa de ka ho yenyina yenya odon fem o man no yenyina yenkyire yadwene yenyina yenhyese wo man Ghana na o man ne fa ne ntoma pa bi mfra se beye na ahoto anigye abrabo pasika ne yede bo brama anigye bem no Ghana yenyina yensa betimi aka bie ti abere bia no waka ye ho ne yede dwumadie ede abom Mr Kevin Asante enemy producer wo dwumadie so kwa MCR director Ralph Jampo wo ho Mr Peter Cranton wo ho Abbas wo ho Mr Emmanuel Nete Emmanuel Kisi wo mo na MCR wo mo ho abribia wo mo hihye TV ne so wo bra dwumadie koso se beye na ba bia waje bre na wo hwe bie no wo so betimi anya wo ho ntiase Lizi ana atwimi aye me makeup kama me dia ba betra dwumadie so na wo studio ha cameras na chi Prince of Osu ana fe William Sefa ana wo mugina cameras na chi a wo so mo hwa direct cameras no no matwa dwumadie na yenyina yetimi edidi abom abuso me din dia nke Obrempong the grassroots president okuapemai kanea abribia metena sepe kaina sanenso se eye wo man no ye ne mapa ense se ye pe betimi ama wo man Ghana fa ne ntema pa bi de afira ye die no enu nti ana me se ye ni dwumadie enfembom kwapem 6 pm ebebo nyankopon enhyira wa mempreda ene nsema hodo no na etwegu minority gusu kasa den ana dum swabo ana nkrofo ko store enkwara akura ntimi nsua de wo mo kɔkyerɛ exams abusua ye be bai mu ye be biem ye be hwehwem ne ye de ato sɛ de wo sɛ to pepepe me no ka sɛ the former managing director Edema Gihok wo mo ya petition no wo mo ye nsa no eye Maxwell Kofi Juma yokofo sa de ne pa chi sɛ dwa eye de ntia ye be da ne ye ho aba ye ba sensem nyina ye biem ne ye de mu nkyerɛmu asom twen ye ba isa Mira sisa utwa me na wamfa wonsanka okasa fidie no aha TVXYZ and afi power 97.9 FM inside politics dwumadi studio fisabre enkopem 6 pm bebo wo my Ghana munsem de bebo no to memuni so wate amemu ase enu nti ne yesisa nkonwa midi de enke Obrempong babi a waje bre wadwumam ufie ukam babi a wo hwame anase utie me nyankopon enhyira wa enke Obrempong mempreda ko Facebook yem platforms no ho at 979 FM and TVXYZ name mo bomodi ko pie mo YouTube XYZ broadcasting obo say inside politics dwumadi etwegu live and colored na waje bre na wahwe bi wo de wadwenkyere to ho a wo mrepem no ye bekenkan ade amaw e wa hanom say enkomodie na se na fe enenso ensema wodo a egu inside politics pono so no ye de emu nkyeremu esene fata atimi ababa besomo ye ko aye the former managing director Edema Gihok aye distilleries Maso Kofi Juma Sabre yokofo eje ne peti se hwi wo masaya ma no so a wo makache na eniema bia no owo Gihok a saa time oye panipa wo da no djumadi okodi wo ho a sikasam ne eniema bia ankoye wo ho no ehun komo bebere akoso ama now the current managing director Edema Gihok Magdalene Nemile on deputy MD Edema Gihok Magdalene Nemile wedding komo bebere any kwai kura anka was say excellency the president John Dramani Mahama one for the former MD Edema Gihok enfasomra yenhwe Magdalene Nemile ninsema odi tudwa efa eye Maso Kofi Juma ni Juma okodi ye ewo Gihok distillery tama no ye MD no yenhwe mra to adwumadi ni so
Pese, yeah, Papa John Dramani, Obenya time, they should deal with that man very well.
You think so?
Yes, he deserves it.
Deal with him.
Deal with him very well. Kofi is part of Nkrofo na ama na ye Ghanafo na ye ho kye. Could you believe say ya be take over ye ko inspect factory no aboso no. Ye ko ye na anwea na yakọ akoto.
Aboso glass factory no makoto asase.
Machines na e wo ho na eye active eye ejuma no. Kofi has sold it as scraps.
Waton machines.
Waton factory ni nyina ho nyina woko aboso there is nothing there.
Maybe understand Patronya but Ron say people are listening to you on radio and watching you on TV nationwide.
Even some of the chiefs, one of them called me yesterday. Said, "Madam, and you want to say moba? Obi awadi boni biya no mube holding the panel responsible. Ye you to nka mahama ba ye nim said na ni da fem. Obeba be sie ho. Machines na ebi ni o de beba. You to be sanya adwuma ye. Akoya beton amoma be scrap dealers ababe fa ko. Ato na mo nka hwe. And now he in a frame, one of the sub chiefs.
Wow. No, we'll be glad to engage the chief.
Oh, I'll give you their number.
Great.
So I told him, say, the state has taken over the issue. Yoko is dealing with it. And so they should be patient. And factory now what's on as scrap no. The money that he sold, the factory he sold, the money has not been paid into the accounts of Gihok. The money was paid into it and later has been withdrawn back.
Wow. Into building bia edifice BNC ho.
Building I wo no ye. Block, one of the blocks.
Okay.
But factory nankasa machines e wa hondi anka ya be operations no. What on the scraps.
Wow.
That man is a very wicked man. He's a heartless man. Very heartless. Wow. You could do this to Ghanaians. Oh no, buy no better idea no. Oh kono wo ton just because o person wudi abro. Entri mano ye no, o person wudi abro. On be said dey give okaye, oba hokro be collapse. Ya siesie ho papa.
Mo siesie ho kwan ben so.
Oh yeah, we wouldn't e dey adwuma hye won sana o person ye ye a. E kwan bia so a wo be fa. Ama ehwa ye na nipa na odi adwuma na hye won sana no. Anya gidie wo mu no e wo se wo ye. One day
no oton sen
Magdalene Nemle wano ano ye deputy MD Edema Gihok. Enti eye maso kofijima ni dwumadi e wo kodi wo ho enema watonton machines a waton na scraps machine na enye hweye sikasam ahodo a under the MPP and another Kwakufu the former president eye maso kofijima ono anase oye managing director de ma Gihok no ekwan ya odi Gihok kofa so no ana now the deputy managing director de ma Gihok wo bubo sansem yi bi so edu ba bi kura na fe ya say maso kofijima every Friday wo be ko weekend a ohia 40,000 Ghana cedis e dey ase bo to man say na Friday bia watimi akọ weekend enti abrabo a MPP fo Adi Maxo Kofijima ekobo wo Gihok distilleries eno yi na nei iyokofo aso ne pet se dari adan ne yede adwuma sha wonsa na woto bo asetimi sai ne masa Kofijima fi Gihok wo de eka eda Gihok kire wo a wo yembe hyew eyabe adwuma etien sai eyabe adwuma nti engu yen MPP for the empire ho. We have no business with abaye nyuma sebeye yi ana se enye yi na mum kwan bi a yeyan so yebetimi afaso a yebenya sika yebedi no yen MPP fo ne ye ni daso eno ne de anti abire bi ane ye prese yebeba aban mu na Kofijima mateo maso Kofijima minim de anti ayoko mama na tawa bonche ho saa minim okandifo a ne kasa kura nye ti se maso Kofijima mi nwu bi da se papa kasa wa ha wo be kasa sabi Ghana ye ne dia won fa nipa bi anya hwe according to workers ye adwuma under maso Kofijima wo bra no ye MD Adema Gihok utie nsem a wo mo ka ade kire wo kwan ya maso Kofijima ade wo mo fa so a wo wura be ho ade nti na wo se ba ne saa. And then the same minority, the same MPP for Anamabonte Gusu Yanema Bonia, each and every one of them, Afa Kuntura say Afa Omaya Japadia, Afa Omaya Sika, Ama Omay Ghana, and painting qua AC Sabre, a MPP frontier. Then Tina was a banasa. eti mabunu no bia wo mubu afu mabunu no bia wo mo kasa say look at MPP the minority any idea or better na did chair yen then na the now foreign affairs minister honorable Samuel Kuje Twabla eka ora team ho waka kire yen say out of 36 cases are ora atena se biam na wahwem no se Ghana anase NDC aban se wo gisika no a wo man Ghana betimi anya over $20 billion e wo say sika yi and then ehunu and then the minority MPP for if he say enkruma twa Ghana furuma na Ghana betena ase from 1957 wo man yi hyasia say etena ase no amanyo ko bia ni wa edi wo man Ghana so awie a the finance minister adwane afiri wo man yi mu apart from MPP unim bia body kire me amanyo ko bia ni ho o man Ghana ha from 1957 a Dr. Kwame Nkrumah wo ba ya wo jifa ahudie di ma wo man Ghana no amanyo ko bia ni ho sabi wo mo ade ku wo mo ade ntokwa wo mo ade kum wo mo ade bro ebedi wo man yi sukura no wo mo wie wo mo finance minister and Ghana free Ghana anka sa press conference ya MPP for manya hodi yi na anka simanim na honorable Collins said they wano yabe na ya chiro book ade ama wo kan no na wo kire ye de nti akano for ya ta Ghana free Ghana ha na anka wo kire ye yo de nti akan kuntunkruku na na yo for yata the first finance minister to run away from his own country after somebody ade come and tell Ghanaians de nti akano for yata Ghana because time I say a chicken of Rata our American yanyina yehunu na onyare na drip nsini so na oxygen shane hune kan of Rata no ontewi chemu na nya obi na aso ne nsa direct no na handcuffs na gu ne nsa wa guso nya no me say mo hu na tomwo etimu na me yan Obrempong so minya tumi bi se NDC aban me ka ho na minya tumi ketua bi a anka je se mo tetam na mo yam de mbe because MPP for ya mambofo a woni o mo tire o man mu anya yie awudi for ye be kan se de atie pepepe de akire wo energy sector ho de dano ye fa ne say the honorable John Jinapo Minister for Energy and Green Transition was before MPP free office energy sector honko over 80 billion Ghana cedis energy sector honko some time na fenyo market kwa ye board chair ma UCG a containers agodo a UCG omode ba o man mu no ebi yira ye anima wodo na UCG akra no ayira under fenyo market minority leader wa police ni asumu abapem ne wonam ho a wo monye ne hwe afenyo market on tape abo police ni asum ani si aban ade na mo pese enye se obi abetimi abo police ni asum se di afenyo market abo police ni asum e wo na sebedwam anim and bapem ne Alexander afenyo market gusu na ho police ni tiwa wo sugu ni yam efise wode ne kra na abeto wo boga na ho ban na sane se afenyo market ya mpinti wotimi abona so mfiri wa obi anya no he eti se ochina bi Ghana police IGP Christian Teteyonu se mo wuru se Obrempong ma bo police ni asuma mo betimi ana mi suafi afenyo market ho afenyo market ma ya wuru se police ni nya ohwekura bonasum efisa wo yam na sebedwani enti wo sini nipa bia wo man Ghana ha abusia me say babia wo man na dru no babia wo man ni na ni a kire wo beti se MPP for kasa be fa ne serious bia no sabi na minim se de wadwen kire wo utrim with the way Under another Kwaku, the former president of the republic, Alaji Baumia, I will know Gabia Sario Chedako, Kano Foriata, what Ghana, one with the PDS, about my Ghana, about JJ, Yankanya Sikan, or my Yamuna for 8 months, one Ghana Sioma from Minor. Your Excellency, these people are still working there freely. The only engine DBO. Your Excellency, who disappointing you? So my ancestors from our man Ghana ira. So one to me and two MPP for so would 2 million Ghana for the amount. One Rasabega for Cassia, I am Rabia Mopamuba to me as a son of my yano. So one to me and two MPP for so what to Ghana for? I'm a foe. I read it for way. I am daring any member of the MPP say. One moment now, 8 years. One month trying. Power no ahina on the count. Your national grid. MPP for the ahina count. I am daring them. Power sign on the count. The national grid. MPP for me demo. And young one. Messi and young one. Sasabre ya. Yes, it's a transformers. Sasabre ya. U area. Teshinungwa, Jumagusu Kosuho, now watching a young baby, no Moses transformers, not Teshinungwa, and your stable power. A Sabre and a Kosomo Power Control Center, a Jatum, and Asi, and young woman. And young who, sir, 2024, Yababa to Abano, Nanado Dakwakufado, the former president of the republic, I catch a Ghana for you now say, Yatu Abanama Mahama, doing so bad, and young woman. What did he say? Sister Aquawan. I think Ghana, a customer to me mine over 1,000 megawatt of power. Yen power control center, control room of power in our yen CCTV cameras and monitor near with the Aquasum and the Aquasua and young one. What should get to Aquasumum? One of those transformers. One Obama Ghana for woman light. Now, yeah, before then, Yabaka. And say tomatoes won't send by the National Communications Officer, the MPP, Richard and Yababa catch and say, I don't know tomatoes are some more, Naman penny, a quine. On your big pussy naturally. Naman penny could be tomatoes of my Richard and Yabanoni. If it's only MPP better now, so 8 years, no, 1 million tomato flow, and then this by 1 million acid, I go to a sign. Abusia Mumma Yambomoding Mumma Yan say a wooding Mumma Yang Yang or my Yimu Dabia Macase Baby and Yasiadu and baby a page out the chrono me and Obrempong Yamede. If you say me na some videos when you know me baba show. Eti yebe wu say will be a kind of chronic Ghana for but be a monument. Baby, MPP di o mine ko twere ye no. Se nyankropo o hata suri. Ano sane be hwe Ghana. The year 2024. Ani ye ba beto aba. Ana wo ma Ghana for adwene odua ye nyansa. Se yenkoni enfatumi ni koma John Dramani Mahama. Ani si abaya. By this time, akaminu me ni ekuta ye magina kwa ho ye di ano. Wonim di MPP di o man we ye. Ebi ana baby a wutini unim ana wayire wo na ya bra kakra se wo a na wafa camera phone ase so na wudidi mampani atam ana mampani ye koko wunsam ana ya chi MPP executives a sabre wam koko di vu a ekoto 1 bag 1200 1300 Ghana cedis a no mo de awura Ghana koko no mo se ya tese no Koko na MPP for another premo woman nam koko nkrasia koko mfuom na womu ka kire koko akuafo o mampani atimi way so mo koko price wate so no MPP for na benefit from it womu koko di vua no makofo koko no dia fa kuntina semra Ghana no mo baba beton because Cote d'Ivoire dia no 1200 Ghana cedis eti wonya 2 bags wo wa Wabaga na hanu a eye 1 bag. Eti LBC sini dia ya mo musika, amaya mo musika. Se wo mo mfento koko wo akuafo no ho no. Sankrofo ni MPP fo bia ye 1. Eti wo mo nto Ghana koko no. Wo mo kwa Ivory Coast. No mo akwakoto. Said the beye na be abaya si won to 500,000 bags of cocoa. Wo beto 1 million ewo eye Ivory Coast. Eti obedu Ghana ha abai dey 500 need dey 500 because Ghana bag bako eto bag mienu Ivory Coast. Abuja mo high esinema me. Na eja na eto. Eja na eba. Ya ba kan okura kire mu o. Ghana ni bia ya wutie me. Ghana ni bia ya wo hwe me. Baby a woman na do no mama ne sign na tibire wa woman Ghana ya hunu biawu. Samuma woman Ghana sign na ti a ya hunu woman na nim onyamu biawu. Samuma MPP akonya se wo medi woman yi so in the next 4, in the next 10, in the next 8, in the next 12 up to 50, 60, 70 years. Na say MPP for bedi o man Ghana so bia wu a wo man na wu an sorry bia wu wonim de nipa fam wo mo na wo mu nwuma an no mo ye adwuma under the MPP wonim de aya wo mo wonim de o mu ko mu na nyankopon aye ya dom hwe aban we ba ye gains are one make gains are one make shababi na mo price wo e mo bag na ya he and 1,200 1,300 50 kg no sahio and na ya mo bag wo to na he ku 4 gallon e ko ya ko do 1,400 2024 2023 2022 uko market 1 hour bia na prices sa na inflation nam 54%. Na food inflation nam 67%. Ewo kroma. Du baby na akoto bode tansi bia ye ma ba ko kitikiti bi. Na de akoto fufu osuadi. And under his excellency John Dramani Mama. Any NDC abanyi. Any matter saying Ghana ni abaso kind of criteria ho. So we political lenses so na what kind of credit atira wo a any matter was saying businessman a wo de dollar diga. The Ayame Yaya Abenyi NDC Abenyi led by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and in Penifo Wom say one more young Shanghai say MPP the opposition and say one more papa ya omubui. And then I mean ya more no my young Shanghai Your Excellency young Ghana flow but you were NDC for and you were MPP for. One more abua bayi. No more NDC for one more bano. Put them there. They love the party, they love the government. And unti anomdi omo brani o madaje beka saye. Se brabetina so bio if say why ye bi da. De ehun ye di adanse e. Enei wo se ye nyina Ghana for. Nti obi atena position bi eye MPP for be gu aban medical catch out that if you are not able to hand over power to the next NDC government, Your Excellency, if you are not able to hand over power to the next NDC president, your research has failed. So the next 2029, so the next government to rule this country, the next president, Wabawo man muhano say omapani went to me and for to me na man this yabanya you have failed. Research na nyaduma Ghana for nyantum eno ye momu nhwe han ya muguso amoye no. De tina mo makwan na appointees na na do dan kwaku fado ene bawo miamo ayeye de tu SOEs bebrebe ano state owned enterprises and government institutions ahodo de tina omoto yen ka say you omadi reshuffle them. Move them away from those vantage positions. Mom won't pay them, give them their money. But baby, obey me a hard pamono. You never know. Obey Gua Bino. kwa Asante region akɔhɛ ewia kete nsuo toy transformer ejantom na light adum na omo hyɛdɛm na omo twa nwoma o ampa Muhammad edum so no de na ampa o Muhammad edum so na so obi anim sɛ Ghana ye ba ne yenka ne nsɛm a your excellency wo ana wa bɔ homɔden de ama o man Ghana ebesi year 2007 20728 under the former president George Akunkufo na ɔman yi nyina sum dum yan former president say a spiritual attack eti wokofa asofo and wo mu ko akoso moko bo mpaye muni kromo a anda kufuo ye da sumu o say a spiritual attack ensuo na wa akoso mo na ewe eti asofo nko gina ho no mu nko bo mpaye na ensuo nto na anoni ada ye huni ana His Excellency John Dramani Mama o say dabi we anya spiritual attack ye fidie ni bia ye mre ye fidie na bi yansiesie enti maye amere ba ye na amere okumase His Excellency ko fa amere fitaki atwi na se ya de bedu Ghana e costi ahimpo na so MPP for use over $20 million so sahe and the fitakra de kokumase say wo de amere kokumase and e bi say MPP for say amere no de kokumase ne djumadi adi kokumase e dade munim say the movie power plant ana mobile man to bi no mobile man Ghana bi no and then manya no and MPP mu wa no e ba be ka kire say energy sector recovery program na ye de buy no delay ye say enu na amadum so na e so no me si anya me nwanwa da say nkikamu a ekoso wa koso mo afa ye power control center ne ho no ye be ti ye ba keke mo wie no na ye course na bibi ni animu bi anya me nwanwa da anya me hu bibia ni wa esono mo ye MPP fo ansono mo ye omo timi di fun kura gu monten so aka so bi na eku wom na so na nya obia na eku wom aya MPP fo ye ji no man we obetinam se sabe ba bi o man ya du Ghana ni a wo hwe me give me one reason enti abedi MPP ni adi sa no don break asa ju ti na di se honorable Collins ya press conference wo di anim akeka abrofo akasia ebia sisi ni triasi sa wujina di ayeden sa wuji afenyo makinadi minority leader emran wono no se awo mrasebegam enim se yembo police ni asum na afenyo makia bo police ni asum wo Ghana abepem ne yo sere se monya ne hwe obi bo police ni asum a ye behwe se de emran be ko okrum a sa afenyo makia su se ne emran na fine so sense ne mra no a sa asem ye nyai kada say minority leader abosotro ye nyai kanne wo kyenare na tika ho na fa ye nyina ye hunu say ye hwe ni ye di nukura bi di ama ye ho ya ma mra ye djuma se di asana efata ye wa hanum na MPP fo enye dede na womo kasa wo bra wo de $100 million akotu cathedral wo bra ba wo miaje $11.9 million say okwakoye pa Olugu dam na blog ba kokura na site abi before gusu kasa and eyo bia say eye normal enti yenhwe na ye dade ni yenhwe aden komo ni yenti afia bi before ade pa be no mo yai free SHS on the bomb who samrane yankolai last year aban sisa ya NDC by one dabi ye be hwe nkola no so mu sua de ampa invigilators mo mama ni na mama man kola ni wi exams no enipo over 123,000 e fairly mass social studies over 140,000 because under the MPP under Nana Akufo-Addo was say dabi nkola no say me bomb oka me repeat obia me school ameko na ye move akọ the other term no a ya lestimu nyina na the red pen asemu wa woda ho no opa afre nyame kura bra What now name? But with you, winning my deal. Now, that said, on no child school fees in Tikwanim. And you do Mran Kolane Trazam, sir. Ya mom or paper, sir. Okay, Yenikomwana, or say, or the chum. Or Bakaja said, well, Pesicako top pass questions. Eddie Amawasi student. Tama Yako school. No, be top pass. I buy top pass questions, mine. Pass questions, man, no. Tiani si buy or say, Debbie. They say free tertiary crowd about first year the aba. They say who passing exams SSR who go university who first year free. It's your best say one more ni made. One more Asia dey we SSR. One more mu pe bibia ye bibisi o mani so. One more ne be ma o mako. Hwenkola eferi ye. Hwenkola every ye. Because no more get say said your top pass questions more mono. Anka ahanso your top pass question amount se gosia. Na na dan kwaku fado. Abusan charge media nso dey FM. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Ghana man pani papa bi on say da. Kwame ababi o. Oya de ye. Oya man. We visit aye Fuveme in the Volta region. One says devastating cause of recent tidal waves. I know echo so a year Fuveme. I hope say menya di ni ye. Menya ni ya mo fenche me. Yanhwe. Wobra His Excellency the President John Dramani Mahama. Of course I be no ko here tidal waves no kwan afa so na say niema o ye be beto adwumedi ni so.
We got information about what happened with the sea breaking through. And so today we decided to come and take a look at what is happening. All this area is part of a project area that is called WACA, and it's a World Bank project. We already have done some work ourselves. Earlier when I was president, we did the Akleotoko Sea Defense, all that area. Before that, Rawlings government had done the Keta Sea Defense. And then we also did Blekusu 1, and then Blekusu 2 is currently ongoing. The rest of the coast is supposed to be covered by the World Bank $150 million WACA project. And that includes this area all the way to Ketu South and parts of Angloga. And so as the Minister told you, there's going to be sea defense, and there are also going to be groins built into the sea to break the current, the strong waves, so that it will come back to the coast in a very gentle manner. There will also be planting of coconut trees on the beaches in order to stabilize the soil. They would also help with planting of mangroves in the estuary to defend the land against the sea's encroachment. The project stalled for a while in 2024, mainly because of the elections. And then when we came, we continued it. And so I'm happy to announce that the feasibility study is finished. They are at the design stage. After the design stage, they will do the procurement. That is the actual construction of the WACA project. And so I'm sure that very soon, we'll try and speed it up. Very soon, you'll see that work will start on your coastal area. We try to repurpose some of the World Bank projects, but as the Minister said, we protected the $150 million that is meant for the WACA project. So your money is safe, and the project is going to go on. Some of the other World Bank projects stalled, and the money is being repurposed for other important priorities. And so I just want to ask for your cooperation as we continue the processes to do the work. But in the meantime, we will contact VRA to see if they can do some dredging in the main estuary so that it eases the pressure on this side. Normally when the estuary is silted, then it looks for ways to join to the sea in other places. That is what is happening exactly here. But if we dredge it, it allows more water to flow out of the Volta into the sea. So we'll take immediate measures to try and reduce the effect. But the long-term solution is the World Bank project, which we're about to start. And so let me thank you very much for your patience and your tolerance, and we look forward to your cooperation.
His Excellency John Dramani Mama Kwame Abebio, Oya de Oye Mai, and he so Koshe Ghana Kwanya who draw where ye $10 billion. See him for you, Krum Kwama. Now, one to war. And no be no Namso Wako PMO for women, and what a tidal waves, and a tete one more, na say woman yema, na she say ya, a bindi guho, say beye, na or say ya, tidal waves see a yeno. Ebetimi free World Bank project kra World Bank ebe so ma man yasene no matimi aye science say panel said the be tidal waves in say ade ano man pani John Dramani Mama wodi hu komo odi nchiremu esene fata no e ma yen no komo bi say ne yehwehwe we bi say ke betena ha ne yi no ne de kirew obehu na boom asai for na tsm ye to media ni sidia ma ye fe ni nchiremu akosomo 22nd of April ya Anna, the Power Control Center, wakosomo power. Ejatom. When you now say, it's a kosomo ni power ne dema wa my Ghana no, efrimu, anunti, ana would dare sumu kakrano. Anunti na wuhunu ya wuhunu no. What say, Bapam Nendia, man, what say the penny country. But the other woman say, 6 generating units are a jatom on Sabre Mino, they can say 4 out of the 6. Abusia, woman restore back successfully. Sabre, it has come back to operation. Yeah, Juma. It is said, able say, said now the MPP, the opposition MPP minority, the minuscule minority. Now, woman both say, Ankagana, you know about the Dasumu. Nanka yade. Dum so ade atage o mampani said o maye bi pen no sabre de wo twa ho keka the Minister for Energy and Green Transition Honorable John Abdullah Jinapo ene ne mpanifo aho keka wo mo de akopie mu akosomo ehwe se ba bi eja no to ye no wo mo bebo modin na o ma fix every generating unit eja ne ka no asabre ahia anka power ede be ma o man no se bayana yenyem kania begina so no akofom no wam gusu a wam hyehye say 4 out of the 6 successfully restored ababak enti ayamreke tuwa bi anagana ni wubenya na fe wo saye aba ewo ye energy sector no ye power crisis no empanifo den seseye esene fatatum hwamfidi o mugina ho hwaniema seseye pa Honorable John Abdullah Jinapo, Energy Minister, and Pennyfo, woman de Gunaquem, a free 22nd of April, asa, or ye nasi, woman nae. Anajo, area, anopa, anajo, area, anopa, nem Pennyfo, a big crowd, Kosomoa. If we say, woman de Ugan and you, what we are, coast, woman de what we are, hairdressing salon, woman de what barbering shop. One more dream would be a pub. One more dream because woman himself most send can you swa and a pub for mobetimia chile mo drinks. Namaton Namusumania Scadiabo Mabrabo. Me say a man in young one baby. Say a better Kosomo Jane Tromono. Na Yanum woman by the Pama Ghana down. One more dear one or minor fan to my pebble fiand the obwa. 80 and penny se Ghana phone come to me yam. And Yama is a sign of Modia Guaquamono. Unity 6 and I say no Oma restore 4. Akatu. Me assure Sir acquire the Honorable Minister for Energy and Green Transition. Honorable John Abdullah Jinapo and in penny for air faso. No my answer say no. Here be by Friday. One bet make us a unity in our market any. Abusia ma yentie na da asemo ma yentie say especially from enkrofo a yede tumi hye wo monsa na omo say o man fie wotwe a enne sabre ye bisa bibifo say ehefa ana mo de 34 bucket see ye kofa konsu o munya mayen abusia ye fasia na fe yenko victory gallic mr fo aso ye yenko hwe wo mu nuo mo wo kwan ya efa so na sa yare wa hodo de ama ho se wotewo de wo mu pe entra to so eye dru pe bejo ye hwemra ne ento adwumadi ne so
Enya victory garlic mixture na wati ni dina tia ni say na edro ni tie na no pasem ne say edro we adwuma ye titru pa ne say ebeboa ananna ne srade e wo ni padua ni muntin mu ama ohu atɔ kura de dika obabi wo ho a okomfikyire a ema edro a wuhia ye victory garlic mixture ebi kura wo bekɔ a ewie wo ansa na ba ye victory e na wuhia victory no ma na busumi biara ubenya ofikyire akwa empa ho kura eno de achi a obi wo ho ani ti ne ta adwa no obi wo ho ye adwuma kakra bia no abrɛ na nakoma bɔ ne periperi ni nyina ye mogya entimi mfa akoma mu nkwa adwen mu eno ne kɔfa saa de ne ba odofo mesrew so wo ho na wonsɛm ta adwew ebi a wonsa no sei ana wonam ro mu na esi fom no kura adwew ana ayatofo sɛ de adi fom ato mpaboa mu a ɛyɛ victory ɛna me kan fama wo onum victory asa no ma ye bobɔ so nyina no ebegyae de oto ho anadwo a wantini na wohia victory emframa nyankopɔn de ama yɛn sɛ yɛ humi wo de wo humi a na wo tie so o bra ɛyɛ victory ɛna betimi aboa wo ye wo bi wo so a wo ho ana ne yɛma hye no a obia na ne ka obia nya ne hwe obi wo so na koma bɔ ne periperi ni nyina mogya ne ntimi ne afusa ne ye wo ni padua no ɛdura wuhia yɛ victory garlic mixture de watwa bra ya bia ya na se kokodue ne nam no ye ne basa e ya victory e na me kan fo wunya victory bi no a e beboa wo se doctor de wato aduro so sani a ubetimi anom victory na ka waduro wonnya ne se waduro no na aba no ma meat aduasa no anom we so na aba no ma no anom victory no so achi meat aduasa wo ye ne sa bibia ba de kama ma se wo na se tata wo ye agya ho adwuma mesraw adura me kan fo ma wa ye victory garlic mixture Mr. Onipa ni bia dance a yepese ye fa o ma dance na tie na se wo so koto a benya sa dance kro no a
ntwe mi ni mpedwa mi ntumi ni di mi yare so me na ko be 12 years di man nu ndru mojedru 5 minutes de trim matutu na se na meti TV ntumi na me hwe ne mu se motan drobi esi victory herba victory garlic mixture ne mi ntodru sa ba modro no asa modro no eye papa ntumi ni di o mi din san no me di afi bi no mo se di ya na afi insan no afi bi no ntumi ni di bi afi mi di ma edubo ni sa wi semi anu so no ntumi di anu so mi be mu sa afi de anu so be du bi no ntumi ni di bi afi mi hu de me nya no na ti edo no kan wo TV so a na me kutu bi ni me no edo no anopa any abiani enwure no ande no si afi nyampara mi no adibia ntumi didi no si afi na to ata me ko ye black masa modro no die edoni ye na nyame nhira mo
aje me pa me problem ye menstrual pains nda ne kakra o me so timi me nya me menses no boso me ma me bre pa me brankasa mitimi to tondro no na ne se manti se yesi ye bidro ha na makoto ba bia me we mitimi fa ka akọ obi kru so ekoto bidro mitimi no abi chese na victory ni de in fact I don't know minim de wo mu de me koto obi mi ti advert no TV so sada na me so anwunwe na me koto ye na dana me say ade yi to me padi mu no mujatwa pa yi to me padi mu ti me twa to me phone so kura se ha adwene a enka me de betum aka ho na mo hye te se wa hwe ye kwa baka se na bia me ya bo hye na me no maduro bi te se efisa da na yi sa mujatwa no to me padi mu no me nya meze se no maduro e ma me hu sa emuja se bi like se kwọchị te se ni nyina flow kama ti victory tie mintimi enja ento ho te to de bia na mo ba abasa mo me so abasa na edon ne me di hu adanse
obi si me de cholesterol sa de boni e na aba mi nipadua ma ba di atenase wadro ye victory garlic mixture se wunya victory ni no ma cholesterol no se ne nani density bia no victory be yi ni nyina afi nipadua no odofo wo pedia to anama ne 024 2545 633 024 2545 633 and now 020 129 3280 020 129 3280. Victory and Kunimdia near Debramo.
Every human body mass should have at least 60% water for optimal performance in any physical or mental exercise. We can help you maintain it naturally. X Natural Mineral Water. Simply natural. For bulk purchase, call 0596 273 546 or 0596 273 547. This advert is FDA approved.
Abuja misama wakwa babi mi deba TV SYZ ana power 97.9 FM inside politics jumedi esunie enkopem se 6 pm bebo o my Ghana mu nsema hodo etwegu no ye de mu nchiremu ese na fata eba ofie wadwuma mu kamu ana babi bia sabre wajebre na wo hwe mi TV so ana se wutie mi wo power 97.9 FM midi de enke Obrempong Yankopon enhyirawa mempreda ye to jumedi no so de ama wa hade ana meka wo se ensupa obo any wabusiafo nyina betimi anom mamokoma atom yem X natural mineral water den tina make sa ensuo a nya ne nua hodo a wo se ensuo nya nyina no abobew aboma ewomu a abribia a wo benom no ehyehye unipadua no ma ahoden etenam edema wo ti efina de kro se wonte X natural mineral water nka de efina de kro ensuo a wo se wo ne wabusiafo nyina anom X natural mineral water se wo be ye wo be wedding wo be party dwumadie bia wudie nipa dodo ne be base na wo be hia ensuo dia serve bomode se won sabeka X natural mineral water ensupa ne bo nso da form wo be nya bia to welcome anase minimat bi eben wo be bia na wutie mi adokon nso nya ne dodo a wo betu ade agu shop mu na oton ede bo ni papa mu din no na wo je ho fa so sa gu botom ene fa numbers we na frɛ on beje so na fe mama X natural mineral water ni bi atu na wo so waton waje ho fa so number betimi afrɛ mo so 059 627 3546 059 627 3546 and 059 627 3547 059 627 3547 X natural mineral water say yes simply natural now sa etimi account de abusia yenko power specialist eba hospital for so yemfembra enu ahodo a wo mo wo kwan a wo mo fa so age Ghana fo ahodo a yare aba betre mo so aye krankro won wankasa wa ha mama pani na kwaba na fe won da won nsamadi ene won nu won won fenkyere na wo yare be pie mu a wabomode na atumrika na won setimi aka bi aja akwaba na o hote sen ene Yankopon ase powerful adwuma mo bo anada no me kan se me ma me bi frɛ me se ohiamo eye number na msima wa mfa wo TV no so no se da bi Obrempong me pese me je wo wa wo na me yes sure sa ampo mo number ni ana fi ayi number yisun kuta me me frɛ adwuma me mchu muntwa mfense ne me wai na mma me bi hia number no eti mo bo adwuma mo go so amosa yare ene nso Ghana for hwe mo mutie mo yare wa hodo amotimi sane mu nura mo wo yankoi
Midase abusia yamu akwaba power tambre eni power specialist herbal hospital yadin chef ya Dr. Penya or the hospital no Dr. Akosia Edu Ayaho de mo bibia oje bre na ohwe power time there be ense American nyina ne say said enkrofo edi power ho adanse TV so radio so internet ene emia hodo no wonso be ka dansirifo no bi power specialist herbal hospital dodona friend last stop yo kumase won crime ena ye water cry the kumase ofeyase ye ni Jasper Flint station ni di hwe ni mu wo aputu ja kontanse kwan no so Lake Road ena ye wo akra wo kwabenya ACP kwan sare block factory no edi enhwenem na fe takrade ye wo Anaje Estate Customs Road, any single washing bay no, and Sweden Shanimu. Your numbers no I am yensa for Mubiana Frey. So fra branch na a bear or no near Mother Russia Baho, not Wabe Joaresa. Numbers in here 0555 797878 0200 3831 and a 0244 544422 Monday to Saturdays and the day my Sunday penny day maybe holidays yeah juma oh yeah branches in Antiba Biobia as a holiday numpon or given to Banya Quanya with their bra Uba labo papa bio here some more ye if you did show mu still here some more yes can hear some more history bibi there say ma ye new de koso ni pedwem no ye beye if you sabre no kon ba bia obia Ghana ha anasa mo no if you mo UK and US ya hihya o mu nsa ka o madun to Ghana na wo ye tamale o pando wo takwa wo lubo ba bia obia ye betimi aye hihya ma brano no nsa ba ka wodro na afro nso so treatment no aye kama e dia ma entina fie ma yade nku wenya wa na ne yade sa kwanya bi ba konto bi ba connection bi pai na so yare da ho a enya de betimi aboa wo entibra power specialist hospital on fire de nma ensan fan ko de biara eda me cha me bre mu na me mfa we emma mu de di kan ansa nyame ya adoma eye efiada edi animu ya eye 1st May eye holiday ye free screening our power specialist hospital eye Accra branch or ye free screening our hodomo tieni ye fasa kwanya we so na fa hwehwe oni padue ne mu enkrofo pi yare bo ma de be chine wo yes papa we no onyare maami we no onyare ade a chie kwhwe ne dem na wo bo so nam no a wo twa hwe wo obi tini sti anim e bia traffic light red aso wo gina o twen se green be so green ne so ye pin won kokore no na wo ya ade a hihye enkrofo ni padue mu a nyasam ketwa da ku pebe yi ne ho no ne say edo to na no nse do enti sa 1st May sa holiday ya bay fa sa kwanya so na fa be hwe ni padua mu e wo power specialist hospital eye Accra branch emfa ndi agro obu amaba hospital ba hwe ni BP no ne number say 240 enso na bia wonim da so ya hypertensive na say o BP bo be hwe ni sugar no ne number say 22 23 fasting blood sugar na onim da so ya diabetic donima ne se no sote donima se ofon donima ne se e bia wojonso bebre ye no onim ba onim da se o ya diabetic kana so o diabetes fasa kwanya we so na bra power specialist hospital ye sa hwehwemu ni ma free nyame ya aduma niema ahodo a na se labs ahodo a ye be ye ni free no bi eye hepatitis B ye be hepatitis B free screening at the amount ye be hepatitis C free at the amount ye be blood sugar ye be ni free at the amount ye be blood pressure free at the amount ye be machine screening just said in free show ni pedua mu nyina if you tikosi na ase ye no eye free tieniye pa e bia wo ye be ma wo ye oba pese wo hwe wo internal organs bibi te se wo liver wo kidneys e bia wo prostate wo bladder eniema hodo wo ni pedua mu wo hia se oba scan tieniye scan bia obeye bia no aye 50% free so scan abetwa no aye 300 cedis a obetua 150 scan abetwa aye 200 abetua 100 cedis so scan no aye 100 cedis abetua 50 cedis enti scan bia obeye bia o ye hospital hono no nyame ya adma 1st May no aye 50% free nebom hepatitis B hepatitis C blood sugar blood pressure and a machine screening sanya mani nyina aye free enti sa oba se ya nunti na oba wo de wo hia mpo so obaje card ye sanya mani nyina awie ne so hu se problem bi e wo ho e bia ye hwe no sugar no wo soro dodo e bia ye hwe no BP no wo soro dodo e bia hepatitis B no ye positive hepatitis C wo positive ye de machine hwe no be ye hu se problem bi enam kwan so a e ba wonim next why you ready se bia be start treatment there afi no akwaje card ye can depend say impo one now ye old patient sa oba ho sa da no ne se opesa wo yes scan bia no a we yeba ma 50% free nemo so pesa wo ye lab bi na e fall with ye ho free screening no a ye be ye sa test nyina ama free we a new patient o ba ye just oba hospital dada lab se wo hia sa oba ye no se sa lab sa mabodi nyina bi omu a ye be ni nyina free mu free e di amount nti nyame pa 1st May a Friday I di animu Mr. Furniture Power Specialist Hospital fasa holiday no fa hwehwe ni padua mu na hwɛ sɛ yade bi wa hinta wɔ hɔ yade bebre ha nkrɔfo mu nim anya sɛ wabu na ni aguso ba wonim da so yɛ diabetic onim da sɛ ne BP no ɛwɔ soro onim da so hepatitis bi anase C nanso na yade no da kro pe beyi ne ho no hwɛ sɛ de wokɔ fa kwanya ba so na hwɛ ni padua mu ɛwɔ Power Specialist Hospital nyame yadma Friday wo de sɛ wo ba na wa yira na sɛ mpo sɛ wo hunu kwan no a frɛ 0555 79 7878 0200 38 3831 and 0244 54 44 22 Monday to Saturdays na dia adwuma nemom free screen ne dia ye be nyame yadma 1st May no nko a enti sawa ma unsan enya sa akwanya no ebie misima ba semienu anamiensa kai ye monitor emfamon Power Specialist Hospital yes is what test hepatitis B positive ebie ne ne di kan awhwe power time what test hepatitis B positive baby asasa do ani kire aye Power Specialist Hospital baby aye wardanse die chesa empire de na etimi to ase free mo janemo aye Power Specialist Hospital baby aye chi award awo abasobo Ghana ni amono ne chesa hepatitis B ade no yetimi safri mo jama ne ko negative aye Power Specialist Hospital say you kunu say you re say you ba so you ne bi so what test hepatitis B positive na o hyedem na osu a misro ema ya de we enku obra power ye ho ya na otenka sa wonfe no mfe ye bo chika se mututu we ya de kakra bi na wabre bre bi afili se hit oni padua ne mu ya na honam hyehye honam kekaw wutimi titu ho sa na honam nyina twitwa wudidi ketu bi na yafunu na ahye misro hepatitis B ne signs and symptoms no bi eno no wo fatty liver wo liver enlargement wo liver cirrhosis ye ma odua ya liver care ya na ma woni nyina ye yellow ye so nya jaundice wo yafuna hono aye dendenden just liver na hono liver na ye fat bra Power Specialist Hospital ye ma adua ya liver care e be treat ne kama e de amount mesra wo kidney stones and our kidney cells wo na se nyina sha se tatai ama severe waist pain lower back sister jono eye wo ya ehyehew Furniture Power Specialist Hospital nyame adom ayaresa wo hono mo e de amount o Johnson asem ne nkoye bema kakra bi na Johnson do kwa ketua bi na aba watchman san na Johnson aba ya na wa ya se ayri se tan se ntini se Johnson intimi mma enema de ba ne doso wo Johnson yo tin kasa Johnson bi akam ebetima your prostate ebetima your bladder that is cystitis ebia your kidneys ebetima your ureter na so urethra ebia your untreated infection bra Power Specialist Hospital wo de na ulcer na how akom do a problem de ne toy ma your problem yama odua ya SK that is stomach care ya na abofro bitime fesa osanti wachika sen mu hyehyew aya wo ya obo no hanyina ya ya de kopie wa twitanya heartburns wodi dia na aduane ejejabo osa yama odua ya SK that is stomach care typhoid na how typhoid betime akun typhoid tanya betime your surgery emo ne tuatua unsunu mo tanya ye surgery bebam wo so kwaja na so wo se moja wo ahwe be kasa ikoko na so bia na typhoid wo hia kala mixture aya malaria dia emo odua ya malamis dabia so moja so ate kokata so antimi na edando no kwa wontene de wo hia edua ya herbal tonic yendo ni nyina ya pure herbal na se wabɔ wa akyɛ wakoma bɔ kimkim ohome esoro bibia wa wo chest ha ye problem de ma no wo hia edua ya cough care herbal mixture ye fa no chest cough omodin ma osanke no nyina bi se jirikajiri mema sam nkoyi a ye ma jirikajiri ne de herbal mixture ye immune system booster no aka ho e de ama baby a obi a wo ye adwumadene so ye fitani wo ye carpentani wo ye mason baba fie na honam nyina ya wo ya pe warm water bi dware wo hia ye nku na efe no adua ya ointment fa bi twitwo ho to ho abeda kama de be kyena ho ato hwehwe ndo nyina bi a kya kwa ba bi eton ha ba do bi a mesia wo kumase ya won crime ɛna ɛwɔ takra de Kumasi ofe yase yɛne Jasper Flint Station di nhwɛ ne mu wɔ Aputoja Contrast kwan ne so Lake Road ana yɛwɔ Accra wɔ Kwabenya ACP kwan sane Block Factory no edi nhwɛrem na fe takra de wɔ Anaje Estate Customs Road yɛne Single Washing Bay no edi nhwɛrem frɛ yɛn 0555 797878 0200 3831 and 0244 544422 Monday to Saturdays and the idea man Friday every day 1st May ye free head screening and the bibia bobo awura your hospital home yes sorry dear nyame adoma dasene e be side apobdo hon sam abroad Mr. Director General of Prisons Mrs. Patience Bafu Bonnie or Chief Superintendent of Prisons Mame Esther Tua nyame adoma e be hia nyame ehira munyina
Power Specialist Seba Hospital for na wate omonka no enuro ahodo a wo mo kwan o mo faso na o matu yare ase ana o mo de ho nkra ababe ball no wote now de o ma kan ko pebi na mwa na enyi wo yare wa enfefi we share high power 97.9 FM and afa TVXYZ inside politics jumedi sunie yade somo na ensema hodo a etwegu o man Ghana ha no yade emu nchemu esene fata aba wona ase Mamen Kai was on the 1st of May fiada ye ebe power jackpot HSK May Day workers day no power jackpot say or Chelsea yes 15,000 Ghana cedis titiska 150 million was a Jennifer show ho nedidi we adwuma ni na wa ye adwuma ya sabe ye you desi wa ma sefaje weni no for a very long time adwuma wa ye wo mo de sika we airpie so na de wo be ya won sabe timi aka sika ni tie me fa phone no na dial code we star 274 hash star 274 hash TBM star 274 hash make can boss bebre di ama because me person wo a wo hwe me wo a wutie me sese no Friday ye bobodi no wa ha e wo say nya udin say what the 15,000 Ghana cedis de obeye ni unya bo star 274 hash pe prompt no be sha se aba select option 2 no and a power jackpot utwa baku bia 10 Ghana cedis kai na senenso sadodo a utwa no ene na bia akonya kese dia ma na 15,000 Ghana cedis na timi aye wodia on the 1st of May Friday ebeya fa woka ho na sa 15,000 Ghana cedis emeya wodia de obeya ne se obedale star 274 hash star 274 hash no select option 2 power jackpot uwe power jackpot pe utwa baku bia 10 Ghana cedis nti so betime twa de obetime twa bia udi twa de obetime twa bia twagum Friday uwa ha obosi abodin asumasi obente wo an 15,000 Ghana cedis power jackpot editor so no wona wadi bomode na fa ho kan na fa timidi sesika no celebrate your hard work celebrate winning celebrate May Day in power style wobra power jackpot HL 15,000 Ghana cedis on the 1st of May mami ka say baby ba ko a obetimi adwojo ho e wo Ghana ha ama wo hu say asset watu kwan akwabrochire ase ohu adwojo okura dodo ase mu odema ododo Safari Valley Eco Resort abisia wo mo wa fayi pa ana wo hwe weather wo mo wo kwan o mafaso create man-made lakes wo ma create zoo harmless animals wo mo sori anopa obetimi ni bi edi agro wo bra wo de nam forest wo man ka say create mu je say ehwo ani kan yie pa enti ope ba bi age wa home se wo nko se wo ne wo yere wo ne ho kani mo pe ba bi na long weekend here be from the 1st of May na majojo mo ho for Niche Safari Valley Eco Resort womo okwapemam mu edukro makuapem ene okuba kuapem ntem wo dan hwa na omo hye womo ho eye kama yie pa ebi kura na wo de eye wedding bi na opese wo ye engagement opese wo ye yie ana institution bi mu wo conference bi a mo pese anka sa long weekend mu gina so na mo de ye monko Safari Valley Eco Resort womo spaces akese womo de ma se de be ye dwumadi bi a obedi no e be ye classy na ye very nice bomodin na fe frɛ wo mo numbers yi so aginchire bi ewo tirim no anase de aka hu bia no wo mo de beka ho ama na afei watimi agebre no wakɔ Safari Valley Eco Resort na bibia ye kama omo number betimi afro mo so 0596 914-394 0596-914-394 and also visit your website on www.safarivalleyresort.com www.safarivalleyresort.com na fe wadu safari okwapememu mikrom ɛhɔ afɛ yie paa na wakɔ joani abusua ne 12 media no so de ama wɔ TVS YZ Tana afɛ power 97.9 FM yɛnkɔ Siemens Vital Herbal Mixture fo nso akache mfemra wɔn nso enu a wɔn wɔ medical aka kyerɛ sɛ yɛnyɛ ha no de kwan a yɛfa so de yɛn station yi apɛ wɔn a ɛwɔ nupa a wɔn tɔn aba na ɛboa Ghana fo apɔmuden Siemens fo a yɛmɔ makwaba na afɛ wɔn nhyɛ wɔn nkɔmɔdi ase papa
Opa.
What to say?
Erade adumo na so e.
Yanko pa da Roma.
Ye de nyame ase.
Eguso som.
Ai.
And then so Siemens Vital Herbal Mixture for Munro no Ghana fo tie wo mo hwe wo yare wa hodo esa.
Meda sini akonya odi ama me abusia mama mo ha na ya mama akwa ba biemu na yada empanyefo asese mama ya akonya na ye ne umidi nkomo ene eye okuada na sede na otwe bia ye tena se ene mudi nkomo efa Siemens Vital Herbal Mixture ne capsules ena afi so precursor powder ene so ya tena se biemu ye side ho nsem brew na we bisa wo sede dada nyina ye sha asase ye kan makwa koto de sanso mo mutie ye muto na mo ne de adanse ne ba na eba nya adanse bebre eya sabi ya betena hanye bosire mu kebi asem na yeka yenim nya yeka na bra da nyambe benya adom na ye benya akonya ye bebo adanse na eho na abehu se wo ya akaji na oka se safari akwa safari resort bi wo no ho kani beko bebe na bakwa akojumene na mo ho odin Debi ameka se opomuden ene ne wahonya Ghana for mreni abrani nyina no ne ye ne se ehu signs and symptoms bi woni pedua ni mu enam se eba na ekọ ne nyina fa akunti no ye nhwe na ye mpa no pemasibre ye betra ho ana ya de na ye kese woni se ya so ye kese eho ya resa no ebe chance na wonya ene se samre ya wo ho an wani echa wo so kakra wo ho ana onfia wo so wo ho na sananse achi utifa na ejai wo ho an wani bo prepare so wani nkumuni ba say ebia was spiritual implication bi I don't know but sure say on nerves ne ka cho say bibi nkoye woni pedua ni mu pe ho pemesibre na entimi emwa wo Siemens Vital Herbal Mixture ne capsules and a precursor powder e dia bedwa se be siesie ni pedua na ne titiu dia ya ne say eye ntini mu adwuma eye nerves mu adwuma na aboa siesie ni pedua no eni nti ade bi efentini ho ade bi efa nerves ho ade bi eye ya woni pedua ni mu no we Siemens Vital Herbal Mixture ne capsules and a precursor powder de boa moja ni pedua ni mu ye no we free mu ana ese wo ya ka echi eni nti wie ise wotimi nka ayem se wati ye nka chensu ntu anamo wo wotu anamo so akoyi ama wo no wo so tobi na to aso wo ba ko pe da bi entrance koso na no to aso ba ko mienu mi ensa bi obon so obegina party me sis in pedriano we side effect bi anim herbal medicine and ndi ato ye boase and ya hwe enubna no mu ne ya kama enu haba ne ntini de ya kama ya no bia ye bi nsu aye bi powder ya ye bi capsules and am so side wa hodo no so we your TV so number na wo ho screenshot ne twa na save wo save ya betima ne sa gan san se duro na dwuma ye na power to the people na ya na da bia mugabe tina ha waka no eno ne agan no ho ebo siesie ne pedua ne ntia no eto sen Missy Road and ankranfo ato ne samra ne se agan enti kopa bi na to na save wo radio so na wote men kade afa number yi na fra ye nsesia na me ye na maye ene menya anya ne nam ye number se ne 0244 71 8557 0244 718557 and I say 0500 888890 0500 888890 and 0241 604 702 0241 604 702 ubetimi a WhatsApp ye edronu etwapo eko Nigeria Burkina eko USA na so Ghana ha na ma kwaja odia ene na etojiwara Siemens Vital Herbal Mixture ene ne capsules edro a eno timi boa eye huna ya wawodo free ho general body pain de bia me catch ofi ahase ene say
Say yadeɛ no efa pin ho nko ade a ɛyɛ yaw pa na ɛyɛ wode a cement vita herbal mixture ne capsules ebedi wa kagina mu wo ye obi a wopɛ energy aye adwuma say so adwuma na ehia sɛ onya energy obi adwuma hia energy megina he energy na me de kasa no enti da bia na opomudi no kɔfam da bia na honam ya wo ya agye sɛ okowura baabi kɔpa awe ko de bia ɛno etwe ne bema wo side effect ɛna dialysis ayema ɛna mu nuru ahodo aye nom a impress wo kidney so me pa cho cement vita herbal mixture ɛna ne capsules na bi no nom na bɛboa mo ahoɔden sonko a obetiba mo wagina wonan so wo bɛma da bia me ka kyerɛ wo sɛ bɛma de wote ase a na wote ase bɛma ntena se ngu na sɛ woyɛ bɛma na wote wona wawudi a cement vita herbal mixture ne capsules bedi wa kagina mu wo boso ta nyonyonyonyo wo ye crackers cara and spake me pa kyerɛ cement vita herbal mixture ɛna ne capsules ɛna meka mfa ma wo meka kyerɛ wo so sɛ sɛ wo obi oho na kyɛ sɛ mana to din na e bon samra name Mr 3 minutes Mr 1 a me pa kyerɛ yare ma ne nya ade a wodi sie ye sɛ wo ton yade a na wonya no aduro premature ejaculation yade a want a primary source want a secondary one yade a de eni hunamodwe no kwa nyame de ma ye ya produce enyama ma yetimi nya hoode se mema no bia ye se tired issue testosterone no was so dodo ana fem kra ana mpo se ya catch ya diagnose you enti wo de emfa wo se wo de awo bre oboa wo de ahye brache holiday in ga tena fie enso tena fie enye yie sanse wo tena fie ye beka se wa home wantimi ammo adwuma copper cement vita herbal mixture ne capsules ni bi now we are what preke se powder now they are to now they nom na hwe se na otwe se ne metena ha biem na beka kire me se premature ejaculation enye yade a yare copper no aduro cement vita herbal mixture and the capsules wodi ene ye koko ne internal na say external wodi ene moja 27 periods akọ agyanan a wodi pipa ne pipa wotimi hu ohun say typhoid betimi aba ama wakọ agyanan moja wom anampo say ulcer betimi tutu nsu num kura mo wanya saya de ahaw no ena say koko nso betimi ama na emu moja na say be eba no emu ye nsonson ye de ba eye ko pa no aha eno ye koko na eye kope cement vita herbal mixture dro ni bi na fa ebeboa wo ama ne pia say bia ye kokobo age say wo de pipa pia ko ana wo de ne pia ewo ho no ma age say da be wo da ho na de dro akeka ni nyina no ebeyi de afi ho de ama maka cho say dro yi ubura herbal shop bia obenya bia to ana pharmacy shop ana ba bia to edro bia obenya bi na mom no sa won kra ha na pedo atu a repaired vintage or kan she draklin na benya dosopo na etu na wo de agu shop mu na waton ne mo Ghana ha ba bia de ya ba kwete ba bia bebere bia obenya bi ato ebia me no kasa baga se me yo ba me kwa fichira ya wa metie no ano eden me fe dro bia ntimi nko ebi mu ka da bia manu adro bia ntimi nko be pa cho umfa cement ba mesha ene ne capsules ni me da bi cement vita herbal mixture ne capsules no ebi yen du abobo an ko pe bi na no pe capsules no bi na fe nsusu no apen ni nsuo ni bi no aka aboma yen tafo emfa ba ko nja ba ko na abehu se besiesi opayi wo de ne se yo obi a moja na etimi tu bro so a me pa cha me kan fo ma se fa preke se powder no e ka cement vita herbal mixture ne capsules no bi na no na eni wakagina mu ebia na wo so de no about 2 weeks ekwa na asa abache se nyina fa akọ the way see bana mo aye ho ya amo aye mre ema no matter how o fe dro e di pain ni nyina free ni pedua ni mu kono se pain ni nyina akokra na bo se ya onhada nya okay kakra ho no eni ti se one pedua no ama na ma se ne wo se ba na moja ya wo no so anyai ba ya na de bia na aye basa o para the activity level de bia wo fam de bia ye de wa ye calendar breme pa cho ko cement vita herbal mixture ne capsules ni bi na be dia danse said afofro dia danse no ebia na wontimi ntibi ndi onum nyina ato waye basa typhoid ne dia ba enteric fever ohuno ebia na ye ulcer ne dia ba copper cement vita herbal mixture bi na no oba be dia danse ebia na wo de ne typhoid na ulcer no egya otibrani mu ya yaw wachiri brane ebesu kwanchi tutu anu eden pa cement vita herbal mixture ne capsules ene beji wa kechine mu se bia wani ti tabrew utita pai wo wani so ho ta twetwen obi se me ho ye mbare wo hono anase wanya o sugar ta akoso pressure ta akoso dodo Prekasa powder bejo akejide mu. E boost immune system no. E pam yade ahodo fi nipadua no mu. Ene yare bia e ba na wudwane me pa cha wunyanya preka no ye. E boa papa prekasa de yade other ingredients afra. Ama no aye den siesie nipadua no. Ene jabusua yesi asempa etua. Say ya dear be a how be a efa yaw, sciatica pain, wonum nato, eye koko, or bema peso jina on nice wa, eya again, cement vital heba mixture, and in the capsules. Now the prekasa powder, I won, said the bay a bet to sugar no pressure no so, etime CC ni pedriano. Repairs ventures and a water draw now one cry how benye be a twakoton, and which in cry had it, baby abebia, heba shop be a benye biato, Gana half an engine so, ubenye biato, your numbers in 0244. 718557 0244 718557 and 0500 888830 0500 888830 and I say 0241 604 702 0241 604 702. Your number no WhatsApp, obetimi a WhatsApp ye. Na oni ahwetwe nkomo. Hye ne nsom. Your doctor say kuku dama fra. Ye be ma home remedies ahodo. Na odi aka dro na wo fa no ho. Enti emfa number ne ntena ho fra ye. Na ne ahwetwe nkomo. Na opomuden hu hia. Mrs. Cement Vital Herbal Mixture ne capsules. Prekasa powder. Power. Edro no ejinemu. Na hye ne nsoma me so se wapomuden ene ne wahunya ento to wapomuden asakra Obrempong
obepa me da senso sa abrebia mode enupa na esa Ghana fo ahodo no nyina yare na hoden abom ni pediem abusa TBS YZ Tarafe Power 97.9 FM inside politics jumedie ni enkopim 6 pm bebo o my Ghana mu nsem ahodo a etwego ne de nche mu nchiremu a ese ne fata eba ofie eba wadwumam na afeye de ababa be somwo ye bedane ye ho aba ye koba pe kojo yebo a former youth organizer de ma MPP amanyoko no e wa ye waso West Wogod and afeye Charles Makati editor de ma the Hawk newspaper penifo mi ne betrase na ensema hodo a aka na mu nchiremu ese ne fata ye de asomo tweme ko ba bia ye be to adwumani ni so.
Now, let me tell you about Safari Valley Eco Resort, the first of its kind in West Africa. Upon your arrival, you are introduced to your butler, who plans your itinerary.
We were surrounded by wildlife from the moment we entered the eco park.
So many activities, all in the same premises. Visit the gym or the stables, they have it all. At my break, I'm able to practice my putting.
We also went fishing on a man-made canal. Our tour guides taught us so much about the wildlife and how to interact with them.
They used only electric vehicles here. This creates a serene environment. I'm told it's over 1,000 acres. My cabin here sits on 2 acres with a large terrace space overlooking my private swimming pool. Now this is royalty. They have their own farms, thousands of fruit trees. I can also have my lunch here at the waterfall. Quite a beautiful place you have here.
Visit Safari Valley Eco Resort in Ghana, bringing you closer to nature.
Stay back and stay safe. The National Petroleum Authority is cautioning the public to desist from scooping or fetching fuel from overturned fuel tankers at accident scenes. Again, do not get closer to the scene in an attempt to take videos or pictures. Inhaling the petroleum product is detrimental to your health. Worst of all, petroleum products are volatile and highly flammable, and a small spark can trigger a catastrophic explosion, causing deaths and loss of properties. Don't let a moment of desperation lead to a lifetime of regret. If you see an overturned tanker, stay back and stay safe. Call trained professionals such as the Ghana Fire Service or Ghana Police personnel to handle the scene, or reach the National Petroleum Authority's contact center on 0302 550 380. Your life is worth more than a gallon of fuel. This Save a Life campaign is from the National Petroleum Authority, NPA.
Na ede na ya obayi a oda forma so ne yafunu mu emunumuni.
Oh, Mr. Entry, also yare ya titi be benfie pi nanso ne yamu nyono da. Se me chiro no ahodo amato a me hunu hwe a ebe ya nwanwa.
Menyi ni se what ulcer tamfo Haxa capsules any Haxa mixture yanum bom kutia ulcer no bia ma no anom. Anka ne ho ato no dadaada. Ulcer dro de eno ne Haxa capsules any Haxa mixture.
Ankom ni nchiremu.
Ulcer ye kura eto yefunu ene ensunu mu. Etuma wo yefunu ekeka wa. Wogire ho a enyi. Ulcer etumi ema wo ye cheko ebre a wadidi awie. So how eye ulcer de a compare Haxa capsules any Haxa mixture nanum bom na ho ebeto.
Pedudu etu a ko okanshi drug lane Kumasi Dani Herbal Takradi AA Mensa Anafre 02038228855 Apinfo abatan a woma won mofra no fo ene mofra woni mfiedu mienu enka ho Haxa capsules ene ne mixture
ulcer tamfo edie age adwadie nkratoyi yi atom.
The serene environment fits into the goal of the school, which is simply to provide excellent educational foundation for your ward's development before they commence primary education. At first glance, clearly you will see why the school is called Hebron Hills International School, as the building stands tall overlooking town. With a Montessori style, we have experienced and dedicated staff and trained teachers. Our small sizes classrooms are meant to enhance teacher-focused approach where children get one-on-one attention from the teacher. Hello there. We are open at 7:30 a.m. and school closes at 2:30 p.m. After school care is from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m., while early drop-off can be arranged at 6 a.m. Hebron Hills International School is located at Midye off the Nsawam Road. Locate us with GP postcode GW0688 GA West and GPS code 06884870. You can contact the school and make further inquiries on 050-876-2375 or call the office directly on 0302-918768. Email us at hebronhills.school@gmail.com. Hebron Hills International School. Excel and shine.
Obrempong eye adwumada eboa eyam aduane eboa eyi nsa free ni peduanim na eboa woni pedua ma etena ho yi nanso wonim se niema a yedi na yenom timi ma brebo ye adwumaden sen pote
me hunda me brebo ye adwuma pa ebia se me ntumi ye bibi boa me brebo
ani and nointing a what the left hit from the Moses Clinic near Herbal Center Abrempong Herbal Food Supplement. We see pa the brebo ama a ye juma ye.
Ma, ye juma.
Fatopa yenu anopani and na a boama brebo ye juma ye. Send a beya a bit me and yam a jania woody, and sissy ni pejanimo a ye moving see.
And no, I'm a brebo here.
Ubenya Left Kid or pharmacy, herbal shops, ne supermarkets are a bell. So what do doors way to up? Fresh 0244 06 8447. Left Kid, wow bread war, wow nipedia. A draw ye any mapping for a ma emma or manufo, ne for our 1 year in fear to me. FDA JD crack we atum.
Aha TVSYZ and a power 97.9 FM. Inside politics, Jumedi Sunye. And somehow would we tregu or mind Ghana high, Munchi Mwesene Fata, Sir Wu Timemuni and our Ghana near. One so would you to me, and my Sir and Penny Forward one year him na unya ye na oyaria untimi nya yare sa wukrom ha ya. Enu nti na abere eri nchire mu ese fata de brew baabi abeje bre na obehwe ya na ase ubetie yen mini de yenke Obrempong Yankopon hwa me preda sa abere bia wo gyebre se wonso obeka dwumadi ho uko Facebook at Power 979 FM TVXYZ and platforms no ho dwumadi etwegu live o join in na adwinchire bia ba otiri mu agya to ase wo mrepem no ye bekan kan de ama na mu kopie mu YouTube ya XYZ broadcasting na fe wabo modi agebra kan ho na ye di dwumadi e di abum Mamenka was a Divine Hope Herbal Center for Eddie Ochia Eba Powder. Abedra man so. A drain say yare wahu do bebre biti se a yet waist pain a man me menina wunye drebi na onoma a bebo ane yidi free ho. Afe pulse, sexual weakness, low libido, stroke, ulcer, any menstrual disorder. A drain etu say yare wahu do nyina se ti bomodin se on sabeka Ochia Eba Powder a ye Divine Hope Herbal Center for one more Eddie Abana. De tienie before I send album Ochia Eba Powder. Unya warm water. Na wahwe agum na wato bo ase a woso ahwe ni nyina gu wanum na afa time awura nipadua num akodi dwuma tun ahodo a ebeboa no apom din asi brane na emum before a wobenu maduro no hyane nso se ya nopa awia na asa nyimire wadidi ansa no wanu maduro no de go yam okokofo do a Gapsin Pharmacy ho benya bi ato ho Capeba wosunyane House of Drugs eya shama boache ansa Cape Coast na na boache ba etema PK Gombela etemale na afi unsatimi aka Ochia Herbal Powder Divine Hope Herbal Center for womo edia banum ebi ana wo de o pa bi atu na also de agu pharmacy shops and also herbal shop no waton now they say area me pacho free number we Divine Hope Herbal Center for bejo so na wo mama obi atu na also akwakoton 0591 565-557 0591 565-557 and 0550 639-037 0550 639-037 Ochia Eba Powder or see Ojano Shewa wa ubeba Mamenka se MPA for Gusubo and Kaye se okoto se tanka bia dane eda uarea eda baby a me pacho men kofa gallon men kofa pan en kofa bowl se wo kwako sobi na wo pe petrol na se wo pe diesel because e jabetimi atom ama obi bia obe ho no wawu na se asai ne ma bebre nti se uhuru se tanka bia dane ato uarea na se kwan so a de obeye nie fa obefa number me de ba betu dwei na wa Fred the Ghana Police Service the Ghana National the National Petroleum Authority and also the National Fire Service for normal team ajo so na NCC bia esene fata so mo be ye wo bia ya tan Canada ne ato no se be ye nemfo ye ni ma no wo metima ba be di sa adwumari nti fasa number we na abiri bia be se tanka bia dane atokwan bi so na area no watimi afre na mpedi fo be ye NCC di amount 0302550380 030-255-0380 na fe we unsetimi aka the National Petroleum Authority the Ghana National Fire Service and Ghana Police Service no ma be yin ni dia ma kai national so se won kwa ekita no esomobo eson petrol 1 gallon nti se tanka dania emfa gallon so kwa kosobi Power Specialist Herbal Hospital sebra yare bi aye krankro na ba betena wa bra boso wo mo ti de firi wo kra ebi ti se hepatitis A B C D ana E wo mo ho aduru a wo ma je ho abasebodi ahodo bebre fabra ba bia wo de achinchi akobia wo de ma Power Specialist Herbal Hospital for any last stop bomode na sene nso se fatty liver sciatica prostate broken bones ulcer swollen neck and a fibroid and so area Power Specialist Herbal Hospital for wo mo di hujuma ye pa ukodu Kumasi a omo branch ba ko ho omo ofeyase Lake Bosontwe kwan no so opposite Josbro filling station na mo be pie mu onkran patem ha de a omo okwabenya Pogwase ACP road no so ubo woni ko pie mu Takrade a omo Anaji estate adjacent Anaji MA Primary School bomodina fa numbers amede ba beto dwai na free Power Specialist Herbal Hospital for yare bia ye krankra betena so ombeboa wo atendete de free okrade amount number betimi afre 0244 544422 0244 544422 and 0200 3831 02003831 and now person will send message in family or WhatsApp and also number betimi send message na fa say 0355 797878 0555 797878 na fe power specialist about hospital for ajoso kodo yebo a former youth organizer dem MPP amanyoko no ewo Ayowaso West Wogon atenase sanso na Charles McCarthy editor dem the Hawk newspaper and so atenase penifo mi no ready and sema hodo aka no ye ba ne ababedi ho nkomo nemom last week na me ka asem we omampani John Dramani Mahama ene anisi aban yintie Central Oil Refinery for asase ye niema bi a emboa wo man Ghana din emboa aban yi if say wo bi biara say ye private company kra wo krom a ne dwumadi a obedi no say ankoyi a aban wo ne de sobo e de ball Central Oil Refinery ajeje nkrofo sika a ye contractor wo mmni o makọ ene dwumadi o mpese o mo ye no sabre enya de a wo mu edi san hyehyɛ ne so amani pa hodo a wo mu di millions of dollars millions of cedis akọ Central Oil Refinery na wo mu di omudwuma no oyawde abemu a wo mu wura wopa wo mampani mesrewo mampanifo a esenefata embonwura Central Oil Refinery na wo mu dwumadi a wo mu di no wo mu nkoye hwehwemu a betimi aboa na o research agenda ya bibi biara efa no ntuma pafira no enko ne saa pepepe because nkrofo wo mu di omusika akoma Central Oil Refinery for esu a sabre sobo na hodo na abanyi ba yi sensem ne yembese yebeti because ye mu bi yenim hyehyɛ pa odi agu se obeboa na oman yafa na ntema padi efra eti Central Oil Refinery for maka chem mo document na ready and then last year me this small 1 year to the very next time ameba nipa hodo a wo ma betu esika de amamo any contract amoni o makọ a mo mpese mo bedi so Central Oil Refinery a sabre ohawa hodo na ekoso no meba bebe bie so na fe Ghana fo nyina hu osai a Central Oil Refinery for person mo de ba Ghana hanam abuso ya to media no so mfema na yanko mama isa semfi kwadwo so kwadwo akwaba
mejo so menia
bibi abokode
nyanko pandaro mo hoye pa
sebe onta de de so de me ko na aya o ma pam de ama me o yo pa monta de no ya de pa
enye de kra
se na to no boati dwudwa kama se de o ye tenten gram on na ugire mu a se bibi aye kama
asem ni fime nkonko fa se bibi
abokode ko jora o so
hoye akade amamu de bibi ada fom aka individual
en fra me bo okro no no ye dum so ye nkrofo kan se abai
when they said dum so the big topic what am I say
okay
dum so aba sesen dum so mayo
sa
debi
okay
the same from aboni to me far let's all die so pa no chese bia die no watch down obugo na bibia from man boy and the swapante so pe roofing shit na the about what am I say it be say no dey ye ba betitini titini
yes
me do pempenso bi na betisen crofobia kan na bia na emwanwa it's like NDC buy no power no mo be fa bi sabia mo se be nyado e dey akoto different country say Ghana for nko ohyimu na NPP buy no what the power ni bi ye dey e ba be kan ho e na sabia mo se be NDC ba be ye fi o wo be 1 megawatts in buy dey a me kan wo dey obeto ye no eno na odidi hu an na ogya hokọ ena obi aba no aba beto so buy ne so po nyankopon da Roma adwuna ba mu tiri mu ne ba bia minister energy minister obi ancha kese goma jonjina po yesi mato se nkrofo bi enkola bi tu abo ba fie si yenye den
a minority say we fairly say we timi amadum sasan bakrade anka won fa na djuma
o man your minority
MPP for
yeah mo minority
the biggest opposition party
e wa den omo 87 no enu krampo grow NDC na the chair omo no mo 87 but sebia nyado anya bia we prominent people bi omo a omo ka asem ese Ghana for
we are talking about members of parliament na sebeja for wo mo
chemra yenyina we to say ya why ayimu nyam ko parliament bai what man say your friends akoya okopelumba say ayi muska edidi omo nyam no mo ni parliament
why no
chat ni pa friends e krampo
Collins
also mankwa
cement ama won kasa
omunyina mon ko parliament it Collins more parliament we go be parliament what ma say eso omunyina ko parliament aba
ama won kasa Collins also mankwa
ona bu dia deleting go for bebredi o onu so oni bi oni credibility bia na wo would be show fie o ko kan bi fie asem obi wu e ho na ko pe won adidi LED fru one there mutimi fa nipa to ayi chobi to gasket mu no mo say nipa da eda gasket mu da du kumase na wo lead wo say nipa we mu se mu che mra ma enti parliament obetuma nya nipa bebra ko parliament the Americans be honorable gina po bi ancha kese nkoba no ene adwuma din adwuma so a wo ye magana ada nya na gi minister bebre me no to bo cheja ko no na gi minister na me bo o dwane between Amari ni bo cheja ko ye hwa Amari ayi na you plant ehunu bo cheja ko se ehunu what man say akufado tu ka ko ni fi ohun na wo ye wan hu no en wo di film ye wie ne ko fa ayi bae papa ye humin from abebrebe
na ye say ye nyina humin from
ba obi hu me che obi na ka na pe ton from an ka ize ze ko betwi atone de what e ko ti tone de ge say free no no fa no more en onam na we de wo humi asa na ye nyina ko betwi atone de what man say the poti way wono no be energy minister e be toto papa so be di Ghana for atem ye fa ne normal John Jina Pakwaba oba ye mu ko na ka only 5 days okay ya na fu akra be plant ayi ni gas kwa na bi
ye be power
plant bu ne ba obeto ni nyina kama bibia ye enu NDC gya na so hye bibia o mo transfer with the transformer system no mu apart from the NDC gya hokọ ye no the mo ko 20 megawatt ayi KV wa running nyina China for the no what must say why they sing na alomi
okay
enye copper okay etu man more load kakra bia make us obi oti electrical assess bi oti say woman load kakra bia na trip what must say but old ones they fit the na world they get time over nyina the obey ni bia ojane na so okay but the kufu adom be kakra 20 megawatts kiti bia wa run ni nyina ye aluminium wines na wom what must say and Yankopon Crofia time say there be when na me 40 near the so you be make sure say baby a 20 will be na 25 will be an you be a 50 and 100 be ko so ye biem but no so mo for original one number ya China grade 20 na mo de beti si woni bi what man say okay and mo kra more than 2000 ya ba o man mu e go no mo face me no get one face more than 200 yes the area be dey so heavy and mo make sure say space dem it load bia no betima has transformers ni biem okay e obi agyo be sa brand 46 years ago ne wo no Dr. John Jina me kura me won tama ke metima wo no what man say we ya brand na diri mu do what man say e na brand ya di ade no wo hye ne mai kama na nanu and the NDC padifo ka ho bi great ko papa yo ho ya ko fan sam abreya sabia mu sabia nya do be hu otwe bia no ka ya baba ho what man say it is out to na say case ma tia we a me so be nya ne ba obi so be ban sa dia bam na say obi nkrofo bia adro niam to no ma tia de fidie ya yie ba fidie we ndi abatra wie na ma de kwoti am da minister se no so ya de no for the past days e jato akoso mumu
22nd April
yeah e get another day
and 29th
every day be obeba fie be na about 1 to 2 a.m.
Wow,
that be out what was me bua no one mama ye man all the videos
for the past 1
week ni nyina obeba fie bia na about 1 to 2 a.m. be at 3 answer na oba be dru fie abrante nya say o fie na obusa akosi say o wote omo hu no mu nyina no mo ye adwuma hwe omo a ewie kakra won no achama wakese say da ni gie beba ne ade a omo de adwuma 24/7 na adwuma ekoso eti na wuti fie who minority for who tifie who nipa boni ni ti say ya o ti bi hye nkrofo kutu pass omo enche transformer yet crow NDC 1 omari wa de enko omo no mo hye transformers o Ghana no lead so kaya omari wa de jo transformer mpoko kwa jato baby omo no mo hye sa ama kwaba ama ta wo mutrim samba sa hye transformer
me dance ko jo
wo de enko ya no mo bi ka
enko mra
hey akronfo be ka chobi so akronfo Charles MP4
Obrempong yes
mejoso
maybe aboko
me buy ex natural water na mama me eno ana ne no for opposition mo buy eno ana da so no
that's anka opeden
first na ye titi say akufado say mo ama na about that Munso na asesa
Mr. Santi producer de ma Jumedi also pon a or escola or be 50 packs
opesi okumi
ye wo ma ofie o mo edi ni fa ye mani ade
ade also mo pon a mo mra
eno bottle na mo asesa
say aye tintin kama ya biem fefe
I do mama da kufado abena mo tun akufado
eti do mama ba no ya do mama
ni pa bone ko ya bo fe Hey.
It's on the other mum.
Oh,
no. Yes, Charles.
You Nakupa enough from there. I can't any papa.
Oh, okay.
What I say. Yes.
I still Nipanya, dear. What's all you?
Angani. Angani, best Raja cars our police are beggars will be a bit or DC way and DC way and I said, one go. One had yours to be primary. I said, Papa, the same thing. I said, I'm a ref. Sir, okay, what I said, that's the name I want to say. Yeah. Eddie, sir. I say, that's sorry, I will feel so before from a back. Na. Because, Utiesi, Tia Mamfo, Cassa, no besides wine. Na, Ofihi, a dare no pesotre. Okay. Yes, say, a doom so bagana. Near Bissamui. And of course, doom saba. Okay. And now will be between 2023 to 2024. First, 2022, 2024. Yes. You can't doom so. Safui. The minority MPP for no. No, must say a doom CC. And you doom so. Okay. Sabra, ye didn't in your cassie debut. Light in it, dear doom now, sir. And you doom so a tree cassa. I say, almost that be almost dear near doom CC. Ye nya minister man catch a Ghana for say, eh? Say, also per timetable, walk up printed wow timetable. Wow, me what? Yes, Napo cancer. Yeah, okay, yeah. And ne minister we, John Jinapo. Before, so Mr. Size was on my pagana for Joe. Me what? Yes, or a part also. Challenges say what need, but solutions are omudi bani. Okay. And Ghana for should bear with the government to say it is a permanent solution. And kamu banama because we no create transformers no more konomo society. Into transformers ni problem. Okay. What I say? Okay. Into your minister na kano enya no create ni santino on step aside. Man to me contradicting your kind. Where the almost say Wamadum Saba and see Sabi the honorable na Akoshi Akuzumbo. Don't you upon a treasure to Akuzumbo? I don't know. One day, well, me uncle Akusumo. And Nanu under Safui, Mempesa Mebun body, now why popular. Because Omubinu Kakuluzu seat over Taboni Dia. Oh man mileage. Safui. Okay, Akosombo dance village. Yes. Man-made. Nipa da sania tran se monitor water levels. Oma transia manabro some oma bia manipa 31,000 were displaced in this country. North Tongue, Central Tongue and South Tongue for. They were displaced. Mepe was heavily hit. Flooded. Yeah. You be ready. Ni nipa da se ni akoso problem na see no washeda buapayo because water levels no wo ho enti dura na mabie na ekọ ma trasia yenhwe han ama no be displace nipa over 31,000. It took private citizens and ekoye adoye e di boa wo me wa na so man pani na kufa ko ka say eye abatwo kwade anka osi ho akufa do ko ho no ne okoka tro no say abatwo kwade a anka o ma ho say bia ye be resource no hu de mepe for to man na me ka tro asi wo Ghana you see let's go back asi wo Ghana yanji minister di yan pam CEO what do I say ya tiana maton PDS ECG Ghana Electricity Company, yes. ECG, Electricity Company of Ghana, ECG, yes. Yatung, ECG, Ama PDS. Yes. PDS, the fake documents never you. And you did cancel contract. No? Yes. 790 million, I have the bank guarantee documents. And you never cancel that contract. And Yatung, we Yampamu Biao. Next will be a due diligence to make sure Sampa, the transfer
of that asset and that concession in the Oman you Yam Pamobia Pamobi
Derby.
Yes, this was I see what Ghana ha or moto. We now win more share media. Catch on see light in Edum and until John Dinapo on
resign.
Now why am I minister?
Maybe I can Napo Beboa.
Minority for one bit minister. Come on,
Napo. So I am energy minister.
Obrempong.
Napo.
Obiko Kra, car power. Car power there will say Ameri. Ameri plant.
Yes.
Sinewa. And no move Ameri from Mabuazi to Kumasi. It cost you $35 million.
Ghana
here. Movement of America from Abuja.
America is Excellency the President John Dramani Mahama. They buy you know.
Now say Dean Asasa in America.
How much are not for?
And then a Kumasi Industrial Power Plant. KIPP. America Dean Asasa. You move America free Abuja di ko dru ha no. E Dean Asasa. And you for $35 million.
Transportation?
Yes. Ubiata de anti. Ya new bife.
Independence why?
Esla. Energy sector. Esla.
Yeah.
Ya collateralize Esla. Ghana ha. Against the law. Emran editi Esla. Okwabrani dia kobo busia. Odia ye collateral mu kan twi
busia
odia busia wa adi busia abedi ya nyi nipa di edena esi
asla no man pani John Dramani Mahama ja.
Yes
maybe before the JBC
mu collateral asla energy sector some dey kan they collateralize asla ai o si ya njini pedi ya nyu biare na lighter do 2 days 3 days akoso mu jatum se jantum ameka se jantum ye se jantum ameka se jantum e kana da ho no MPP ko mutu amuze MPP be transu 8 years no kanu mutu amuze
IPP's foka ni ade
emusen no mutu aye ye miso mo omo generative power saying and a 2 once or more. Zero. Well, zero. The more there were problems, there were challenges. The government took over anything and I be before you're confident. So Usube Panama Kazu do so besiaba. Because they knew what they have done.
Okay.
Yasumu fidie and the echo and ebesi. Send friends of two Babuana and Nancy Boss.
Yes.
That is it. And they were optimistic. Upa share 2024 campaign. Go and check how many advert MPP here. Insisting say NDC ba doom sabeba. I didn't hear.
Yeah.
And no and then kwesi akwati UTV. Say no mo dia campaign. So NDC ba doom sabeba.
And then
we got notice late. In your notice of this late and can made list advert or more boy campaign messages or more yes NDC bad doom so beba. That was the message. And Muntuntia NDC in 2024 that was MPP's campaign. They didn't have anything to say. NDC board cancel free exercise.
Yeah.
NDC bad doom so beba. Asa. There was nothing to say. And the free SHS now in fact. And to do we are busy 3 days here by the end the young fan woman and aban dun saba. Yenye dedi. But ye ko Obrempong.
Yes.
Baby so kodo ya no kase ma memboro na menka. O send this for dio machia. Boko dio manim. Suatra eni kuomo. Omo sua abroso. You don't obia on jiwuni no umfe juma chanenza. US for no more practice democracy several hundreds of years.
Yeah.
Donald Trump win here no see Biden come for no you modi ano mo da zo eduma
so mo ni ho enyo ni omo na eduma
na me kan omo na ye democracy na che
okay
omo na ye suya omo ye ka democracy
omo na de buy
omo na de buy we are learning from them even omo mpo
omo pam
old people na nya mo amomusuya na no am democracy mu new say democracy your family crash you don't know what it is mo ba mo na mo won na fofo ye nya we ntra ha ye nya we
very serious.
So when you experience some of this sometimes it makes it difficult for you to come and want to even explain want to talk about it because it's annoying. Studio ha ye kasa ye complain on some of the things people the remnant I call them remnant these are remnants you left someone travel and they are causing you the harm. That is you created it for yourself. A self-inflicted. Honestly speaking, this challenge is NDC facing with this little self-inflicted. You have better hands, better boys and girls around and they could do this thing better.
Just that's messing
about. No more critique problem no more trouble who do my temp left and right. And I'm okay.
Me da say Charles McCarthy editor at the Hawk newspaper and I won't say penny wo edi enkomo kwadi edi enkomo yi to aso a isa say ECG enkomo na no said na ye Canada ne ya be na wotwini na eja de to akosumbo power control center bi aya itimi generate be 1000 megawatts of power na Ghana yitimi nyam kane a ho sabe the 6 unit eja to mu no Honorable George Napo, the Energy Ministry, Womama Yati assess the 4th power generating unit, one more Ariston back is back to operational Juma. Said the one more 2 and a mobile now watching na one more dear this age media will break J tall. Akoso muhono then I walk on the after sensing me that's Mr. Queens and chet you for national for any cameraman some be any more budget papa I come west and penny for the boy what I say there be a camera mujig hosa bedroom for you current me be almost so much room penny fees as a motive and opportunity you make camera king at the kitua what you must say and penny for be asking who will be asking come some mamma to them is more Shafonia the idea and Madrim appointees. The most encrophobia or them on control, and me a cassette to me by one thing, a more bread production team. Doing a bread, one who's the animal advantage. We are Obrempong, yes, Shamoha, Yam Bahani idea, the way one number some quickly. What must say? Timpani fair much money shakes or my Obrempong, baby. When you say I am the Yasadaka Siam, a energy minister, so why are the NSRDC incident to see. And I'm more to nature show the goof from a Bruno or the Pebby Mama, and yet you say when is any your penny phobia and rantable, your niece, your the way anymore. Future near bright, what must say? Because all Shamrante and Omoda, some of the ministries are only CEOs, a bit more depa. Upon say be covered dear, baby yadepa, Jinapo yadepa, or energy sector. Some don't say in the beginning of buy and any manqui, yeah, Bonachia, some of them will soon a chama for free programs of free. Basso, yeah, near money, and be a coya. I said to me, Bonabaso. As some see, saying John a cook jatum. Now, me the one say that place, no, someone said the place, no. As engineers or and then security or yes 24/7. Even no cost substations normal ones in power emphasis legon and for home 24/7. It's a then who get me to more the baby and near being point me. A crown fire service for Ramon Pacodum no be entering until later and some information was a move baby and send it to my core. It's one engineers be anywhere. The security for be anywhere. CCTV camera cry and monitor no. I don't think so. The first say as a camera need to be for baby running now. What was there? I want to say what was there? And the baby that room those rooms near that no. Yeah, air condition full aircon. Yeah. It all the time we need power inside. What was there? 24/7. And the Janan started. Say start here whole nation. Ebe start fi baby na nkete ansa na asoso mu na mu abi. It's a ban say one na no mu take over. Timi shi say.
okay I know na say to be busa start from see we no so abepem managers ni ade ade nyina san crofo ni na eni kwa se kumba aboa kese no enketo ni na se kum nyina afra mutima say we are planting and on what trust no machine so wo sha because here me say we say baby me adwuma no okay and ma come all places me adwuma 24/7 ha no main place serve mine no because ye na yemfa say Legon substation and achimota de na hye ya e normal part of baby na beko off bahadi ha starting point it baby starting na hye asa enti then hanu security ni ho o engineers ni obi ani ho ke jani start say tom na say dum baby say dum na dum ho what man say ti dum one man entering ko the other side enti e ba ne say ne jani nyina ti ma jani to mu a e ma bibi a hye ye me say NDC da bia na me chasika no uti obo fredu baby o mu ntamfa emra NDC ba beginning pe unze ga light of nkiti bi yaba yes ya no na me make sure mpani 412 ene me ya me no mu kasa ni ade before appointment papa ya o grid ko ya ne ho asema bai unim say no ya gimo ho dada maka I know ho no ho NDC for buy no mu ye no me nya information ba betra fidie we so ebo na chi one day that day upon program NDC for mpani for be mienu mienza efrem so mu ye so no ma me nka asem na biom na wo ye omunim say kwadwo mi akasa Obrempong mi video wa ha make waba yeah me tina se kan na se mbienti a eni se watch owo eye grid co ewa what man say empani for me ya na mahwe ensema me kare fa make empani for friend me pa ese me ma me nkan whatsapp me de me nyoma ha na me se da bi nipa ne ya NPP ni yemfa no ntunche edi ne kran sound ye edi ne pon sound ye baby ye wono because he starting point will be start here said do wie ne do start say unye ni papa de ema ne tra ho me kan sa kwa we NPP ni fully and metima ka che so unim ene wo so nkotra enchai say or it's alleged so no pon o ka ho one will lead here no share there na enkrofo bi na bi o mu she ni kutupa utie me wo so nkotra enchai we yi na di o chance o ma yi we di hwe 1 2 3 ye yi we di ye me kokko to ana so nkori fie free because akwa we obi obebo ne pa bia na obi obehye na chibia no o ma ne kranya bia 20 or 50 million Ghana cedis on twin co retirement nya even 3 million Ghana cedis what man say I can't how many years of retirement it's the wicked ye be ma say what man say okay sa man to dey be ma wo no mu wie we a ompampo a wo kwa ya wonya ho enkofo no so ska gufie eto metima ma obi bi sa no adi bone it is those places no ese making sure say the nipa na ehya wo enkofo ye jo mu di what man say emra wona bo jonjina po ba ya na me that day no fair fidie so ni friend week na me call no na me kwatan no ne meeting ewo ni fie and me ka chance wona bo ni mi bi transformers ese ewo low ni ade hage ni ade enya no kre ba bi de ewo low fine ba ni na ntinko as MPP fees no enya no credit fi mam sada so make sure say engineers and managers no se some nyina reshafo mo and I reshafo menye ni close memfa denta ni enye de emalegon ene memfa de legon ni kwa denta wo kumase fa na sabo ba chirepone pawu wo fa na voter region pawu wonim se so nim eniema se ya fa wo fi kumase kojo ye bo a ye de wa ko team region kode kodum niema ho on babu personal ya punish your personal am ma ban po de be punish area for na be punish you what man say et you call my best study et asante for ni asesamo yakubu guwan na ba asante region what man say mumuni na ba eastern change you the change ni panic keke we so on kon no ayi ni wadi enam ni ye no start ni ade what man kakra na o mu say jaye won asante region for no o mu atima transfer o mu low schedule we do ni there 4 hours na we are solid there 4 hours who saw your announcement area managers on Ashanti region and one of the Ashanti region light of here heavy massive massive one e nipa no mo de da ho na adwumbo ne fo nko and mo twa ho hia we mo mo bibia and one say o ekoso kodum no na boys no mo nam no manager enya 1 million Ghana wateti 100,000 na 50,000 mamo we ni operation we say baba ru we simple nipa ba 2 3 o man e o mo dum na sa afra pa edi 4 hours ya de sa afra almost 4 frustrated abai no very frustrated omo ɛna ɔmo atase na ɔmo aplan NPP ni biribi obetumi ayɛ wei pɛ ɛna obetumi ayɛ ɛkwa bɛn ne yɛfa so nipa o deserve who sɛ deliberate wɔ biribi no na wɔyi na di no asa ama court ɔkɔ prison even 1 month mpo a ɛbɛboa ne wɔn na busuafo wotuma sɛ na ndisi for do baabi Obrempong ya no mo de nneɛma edi agorɔ nsa afɛ deɛ minister ne niabre dendenden wɔyɛ adeɛ because odi agorɔ minister wei wɔyɛ adwuma kyɛ ɔmo ba yɛ nyinaa one turn it to wɔyɛ adwuma
with the experience Honorable John Abla Jinapo now or deputize Mahama first time no energy minister was Kwame Adonko was serving energy committee or parliament was done Atena so 8 years ranking member
wɔyɛ adwuma
8 years Mahama second term one was about head the energy ministry so looking at him yes
what Obrempong tiase but so one fiam se nipa na no mu yɛ adwuma o ɛna da bia me asantini pio fi asante asokore fie me di ɔyene ma ne yi
okay
nipa asantini ebura wo nipa asantini tim no ɛkyɛ obi a o other tribe no mo nwene sa yɛ da bia positive de to one ma ne afa negative ɛkɔ ebetumi yɛ den akɔ anim ana wo de bɛsɛi
okay
ɛkwa ba ne bɛfa so ɛna nipa sa akani bia bibian ma lande akanfo ne yɛ agye yɛ ne president nipa akani bia other tribe bia di ne so a ompɛ so make sure say sa tribe na ntimi ne so etian dis for di amamuo so Ghana nyina me nkrofo na ne nyi o di obeye bia o mo ani nyi ho ade obeye bia na nyi mo fɛ wotuma sɛ ban dis for gige o mo so te sɛ o mo nim de o mo nim bibia and this for NPP force announce and force na kan for so e che o mo do mo buy me to aka kire o and this project say on the money abra Ashanti region ye to we so what is it to be yes ye we ni big push what is it ye push bi voter what is it push bi not near ade abato no so do so sankrofo we ni omo to ade no won no mo ye mo ba da bia mo gigi sankrofo yiso enkrofo yiso adwumbone de mamo market ahodo nyina akansa no mo si ye wo de ko voter
Kenya market I think West Africa one of the markets
the big one
na say eja tofa
what man say eja we beto atofa eja we ni papa na akota se no wa hye wo and on be me so omo de janko betima ha NDC so NDC wo build bibia no wa hwe wo krom one could see a Kotokraba market.
Yes.
Police station Kotokraba market back or Professor Amos fear him. Where young upon fan currency. Actually, we're saying that 2 a lusunina. Yes, marketing in a view. No, bit to vote region, baby, crania boy, who number be on your market, unya bibia. And yes, a young po adentia. And this is Jim Crofobis so do, Omjaka for so do. That's a more moment to be now. I can for radio station na bibi omo wo mo ade bia obo say ho na ndis for so mo gu ndis for ba bia di omo atem ho no mo pe ba bia ho nya ne ho no mo pe ni yie eye ni yie wa ba mo ba ko sectors ni nyina Obrempong ha na mo hye niam wo other ministries na ade NPP for that so extra position akese no e da so gu ho we sha from mo de kwa mu na ho chief directors do omo gu mu nyina NPP for chief directors nkwa ne gu ho NPP for NDC for Monzo, you know, be no be okay. What about more changes in what was it? Want to near my year kakra, but NPP for me moment be opposition for Gokasa. Edian, young John Jinapo. No money on team Nipa 87. Why now we better deputy minister of energy? More much so be you be agreeing so. Obi anya dwum papa bibia mu ye bia anya papa woni mu hwe advantage na so bobo eye dwuma diza yanya fa wamra
me da se kodwo me san ba
mo mpani po woni sa de nimpo da
kodwo ebo aye former youth organizer de man bibia manyo ko na ayo so go just to also to see 4 out of the 6 unit 6 generating power units no Oma restore the back energy ministry woman some of the abetiga no
Obrempong asempa say Omotima restore. But young come back to problem nearby.
Okay.
You see, if you are your way.
Yes.
More a friend smoke detectors.
Yes.
I say
yes.
More heat detectors. There must be flame detectors.
Extinguishers.
Extinguishers and alarms. Yes. Sirens. We I Tamale airport to Hona. Alarm tim go where there no be a dran we see
smoke detector
and accredit and are they saying say VR for ni Greek from person mo ka say set up never hono omu ni flame detectors omu ni smoke detectors omu ni heat detectors omu ni siren ebetimi amomate ze bibi si wo ha na ze nipa no wu to nkompo a omu be ba won so no watima sorry a prevent we ana they don't have so omu ni bidia then everybody there should go.
Wow.
You don't have use. We engineer now. Now we share this. This is basic because we see radio stations. Who need be a ma who near radio station. Yeah, but check this and the money and son ya ma. It's a fire service for ebe make sure that you have all these things before ma la ma you do ma. A dentina the big kakasi. With security installation, but maybe I've got national security installation and come soldier for born by no monam around or honum. Yes, Anity.
Yes.
No more jardin, no more jadu. Yes, yes, so what dear no. The cost, let's look at the cost and deal with it. For me, that is where the issue is.
Okay.
Why no more a yo majuma that day who were supposed to be on duty? Into Muya and Shanghai must deal with it. Problem near day. More na ye investigation, you now report no ya prako to them. They must get to the root of this. The minister here, one fan is serious because or no mu ye dia guna ni wase. Or no mu sabotage no. I say plan on and abananya na man for say the CM pam.
Yeah.
Until no na says do di kan pam once or mapam no. We must clear all of these ones, the saboteurs in the system. Or clear move from the grassroots person to the highest man. Obi bia were involved in this. What do you mean can't say a station like this? Now dear Sibe 30 minutes, 1 month, no.
4 hours.
And I make that at least in the initial stages, the alarm be on a bloom, pamu prevent it.
Yeah.
What I say. So in the absence of this, NB criticized it over 4 no
security cameras monitor.
We deliberate. I didn't make us say I smell something. I say, why if you are by and smell it, but I think say it's a good thing. A good call. Minister and Dini Patem or Gusua Pagana Fuacho say yes, Mama Yemrel. That is how it's supposed to be. It must be human centered.
Okay.
I say the humanity aspect of Unese Eba. That arrogant posture now we Napo we are not seeing that in John Jinapo. That's the difference. As in Napo fan say Ofi Manshia. So
no, ne papa dey next say. Wonu ma me woni DNA test we say o papa e ho man. Woni wonyi won fi o. On better obi nche keke no on be bobo ai. Just match yan ko wa. Yes o man crofone ni bra e be kire wase.
That's what I said. That arrogant poster of Napo Ghana Monkoye. John is not doing that. John is down. He's talking to the people, pleading with Ghanaians to bear with the government. Say, "Hey, I didn't have bomb solve." Is he? Nintia make us say in the beginning.
Yes.
I bind with buy 2025. Beginning. You say shaky sir.
Yeah.
Am I yet teasing? So yeah, me.
Make hyper.
Teasing.
Make hyper.
This Obeshare Bo was teaching her on this same platform. Obega said no. He would deal with it, and truly he dealt with it until recently. And now deal with Nasa Adum son same way. Now,
very true.
Even with this one, some areas are stable. I say some.
No, for Bayer 2 days in so one of lights in the
some areas are stable.
Yeah.
And who's the ECG so the I don't know, say you can say calendar or say power timetable be about more say this area beko of is for this number of hours. Yeah. In the past we didn't get. In the past who could be some famaya na ya tem the I say we ibiaba oh we are not comparing the 2 year compared to no be yes in be. But we are 7 number. In the past, we didn't have a situation like this. But still, your dad soon and Mamma catches so would do my CSC. And then there goes some with Jatum and no more share boss. You be ɛna ɔmo gu so a ɛyɛ bɛdɔ ɔmo asese ɔmo yɛ na nea ɔmo keka se yɛ mpama amanfoɔ ndeɛ they should go and come back yɛwɔ ha ɛna yɛka MPs bɛyɛ sɛ 109 ɛna ɛka sɛ kɛnofo ato ɔmo mpɛ no mɛbɔ a
Ɔtenase
ɔno koraa na
ɔno ne party
first time on the party for cars yɛ mpɛ no koraa yɛ obvious clear sɛ ohun so no ɔno koraa na John de ɔdɛ na ɔyɛ wankɔbɔ busia nkɔnu adɔko na ni wankɔdi busia bɛyɛ no ɔkɔdi busia bɛyɛ kenke party ne wate party koraa yɛ kaa sɛ yɛ mpa mo sɛ mo mpɛne nti no wo ano na wo sɛ wo mpɛne si kɛnofo ata nkɔ no ɛnɛ wasɔre sɛ obi nkɔ. Does it make sense? Where is your brains? Well, I don't know what he. And I must sometimes say, we are trusting you and you. And you'll be an enormous you. Until a month for the Casaria, Ben, if that Unomodain. Just want to find out what they drank. Some of them took some chemicals. Things. And because I know thing. Say, ex natural mineral water. I don't think that they will be speaking the way they do. So yeah, no more is Ami Omokaka. I are for whom some my catcher. But you be na ya electoral commission aye. The year nanka or insist to say you be on fan medical report to Mra. And most of these people will not be in parliament.
Hey.
Oh yes. A constitutional requirement said you must be 18 years and of sound mind. That's the law. You must be 18 years and of above. You must be above 18 years and of sound mind. And you know, required you voters ID card. Yes. You show age. You show tax clearance. Anyway, but sound mind, the electoral commission check here. Just a could do medical report. May I stress away a sound?
Okay.
And you know, I sent out there sound.
A bit in
ho.
Now, when we be here, Charles Makati out there, can editor, Eddie Mad the Hawk newspaper. We say, George Media in Studio Mawaha, live on TVSYZ, live on Power 97.9 FM, live on Facebook at Power 979 FM, TVSYZ, YouTube here, XYZ Broadcasting, Inside Politics Media Senior. We say, my main car was on the 1st of May, a workers' day, no, Medimosis Clinic and Prostate Center, or Sebra. Or ye free health screening Eddie Amawa sa ye day wode ba behwehwe yarewa hodo bia ehinta wo nipaduam na afi watimi enya ho aduro na aboa na yina se free okra enti nyame adom on the 1st of May okopiem e wo Medimosis Clinic and Prostate Center wo mo be ye prostate ehwehwemu prostate health fibroid blood pressure and dental health. Sa yare amabobo so nyina Medimosis Clinic and Process Center ye hwehwemu na obi wo ho a wo mama wadru pese fata na watimi etu ase kra ubehu no machira kwan Adenta Barrier new site Accra afi ministries AESL building eno so Accra Kumasi omo ahene makokoben ana afi eje kwadwo ashaman ha wo mo ben school for the deaf na afi wabomodin na free health screening neighbors on the 1st of May workers day no watimi de ho akoka ho Medimosis Clinic and Process Center no ma ye say hwehwemu di acha kra free. Your health is your life, don't just celebrate it, protect it. Sana Medimosis Clinic and Process Center catch the war but more than a fresh number e bia na openchire mu ahodo bia e de aka de aba won ho Medimosis for the bet also 0244 447 0244 068 now for Medimosis Clinic and Process Center for anywhere the free health screening na eba so on the 1st of May no ho enkomo ye now we are Medimosis say omo left kid na 100% herbal supplement no na adwuma ya na se bebo oye liver ho ban wo bra wadidi wunyamre entwe na aduane nyam na wada enne niema hodo a wode kidney ni fam na bere bia ma liver no sorry ahoden eba from se won saka left kid Medimosis dia ba ne bia bere bia ahoden ese ne fata se liver no saka no wode be ma na wonso wanya ahoden e de abobra na niema fi bia wo nipaduam no liver na bere bia watimi ayi na ahoden e de aba ubenya bia to pharmacy shops and I say herbal shop be ebe wo open the door to a for the same number 0244 068 447 0244 068 447 now say timi aka lift kid and Moses Eddie Abane bi na fe bibia timi aye kama ma e busa ye to adwumadi ne so e wa ha Eddie amawa kwadwo mame nhyase emfemfiri wo ho me na wo de kasa ya yokofo akwa the former managing director Eddie McGehawk Maxwell Kofi Juma sikasem ahodo bi a obeye MD Edema Juma no na omo aban sesan wo mu se afa ne nsase kwan a wo fa so wodi ne Juma ne ma bi kura wo ton ya na ye Juma ne dia sabre aban no hwehwe se anka wo de be yense se betimi aboa economy no na so sabre Maxwell Kofi Juma ton iyokofo a chene den na wo kan fa sensemi
Obrempong me da se oni me yokofo Juma de omo start no mo ye ne yipa one of the place and me GD pa no Raymond
adan wabamobu
o mabamobu du ebuye emra Raymond ntimi amfa Yamin ni abanga e wona me GD fi ni
Joseph Yamin
national organizer
edema ndisi amanyoko
and national
any abanga then omaya
oh no say age one ayeni age refer omutu as on from because of galamsey issues.
Oh, okay.
What am I say? Emma age refer to Yoku.
When June
is when up to
June 2025.
When from up to ne. But my monitor situation.
We are sure say
my monitor situation I find out up to ne when from so what my kwabonte de na kufedi ne so pepe ne nhwe. E ho na Yamika say so bien na no a anhwe ndisi begu kai. So kasa ahwe ndisi ebegu up to ne omo twa ni abanga etwen se obe from yan from up to ne what man say e ho na me lose hope e no na chi e na me chas yemi yeru so e ne ma bia na cause the same galam say Simpa Junction we bia omkoko eko excavators about 43 excavators what man say ya name was for no ye dey eko disbursing free the man owners no e ma ne ko videos ni ade nyina ne say no sa de entia say da entia twen minister no ene ko yoku up to ne Raymond and then over frame and over frame Akatia Yamfrobia. What was it? Yes, I can't mind this. Yes, you name any who never calls on any. It is a report to Mount, your buyer, Muji, your mumma receipt, more can be a kama, your from young fret. Yet the answer, Quan, also 1 year one. And so add the and
September 22nd.
What was it? Who could Juma? Kofi Juma to one de bia me pona meka bo anhye dan kobobra papa bia wo honom otima say eniem okoye ono ade ne pe eniem bia na enye Kofi Juma timi ma otimi ema promotion obi honom asebia nyaado ebi mpa no ntimi ntwe ne din obi honom mpo kura bia yemfa say the masters Kofi Juma be promote ne e woni pa nanim ebi so baba to na Juma mu mpo especially maba wa mu adwuma mu no wo betima cheke maba wa no promote am keke otima say I'm telling you one onima de kwa no promote maba one day Kofi pene betima chechirim ti Kofi ko tra hono de emfaso bia anhye da amane so ko gina ni na obia no esi o gina ni che Kofi Juma eno ma we esi emfa mra nya Juma se de mra ya Juma unu so di after 60 years utimi nya si wo mane yi so unu sa Kofi Juma edi no adi o 70 to 80 no esi wo me ne wo kasa the same thing a game commission gaming commission
yes
si wo no abu 60 years it was company John Damani mama so the mraya Juma make sure so be change no it the American na me man no bar me nuana cause be the American say what been born bibi Raymond
yes
encophobia diska kese encophobia ska wo mo nso so wo mo na hu hia Kofi Juma ho ensa ska ne nu de say dru
ensa na bia sika kom bebere
sika kom encophobia de millions of cities
yankotie Magdalene Nele Meu yes Nidini Magdal Yentie Magdal or no deputy MD Edema Gihawk CA Ninsema Waka
on to back that yes see or not to
yes
but the bomb so
very well it's Yensha Magdalene Rana Yentoy Medina
me pese ya Papa John Dramani obenya time they should deal with that man very well.
You think so?
Yes, he deserves it.
Deal with him.
Deal with him very well. Kofi is part of Nkrofona amana ye Ghana for na ye hu cheye. Could you believe say ya be take over ye ko inspect factory no aboso no. Ye ko ye na anya na yakwa akoto.
Aboso glass factory no makoto asase.
Machines na e wo ho na ye active eye ejuma no. Kofi has sold it as
scraps.
What machines?
What factory ni nyina ho nyina woko aboswa there is nothing there.
Maybe understand Patronia, but Tron say people are listening to you on radio and watching you on TV nationwide.
Even some of the chiefs, one of them called me yesterday. Said, "Madam, and you want to say moba? Obi awadi boni biya no mube holding the panel responsible. Ye you to nka mahama ba ye nim said na ni da fem. Obeba be sie ho. Machines na ebi ni o de beba. You to be sanya adwuma ye."
Eze kojo kakra wode ya Kofi Juma ensem we bia ni enkrofo dia kese ba Kofi dia no na me kana efere mmaba wo be se me enso se nan e de ne kokot okuma Ashanti region mumfa ne de kwa ba ndi o ne kokot ade o no mo ye agro no mkoko die nti a kire wan tua ne ma so ye o ne kokot yes ngesa ye me tumra no ma kire osie Kofi Juma kwa odin krofo faso ho ne mmaba wo ne bi de wa ye o mo ho no baby o so otimi ma product ne bi kokoton never to niema sika ne ma eno an Kofi forget fa mmaba wo ne de wo no mo adi agro ti mmaba wo mako be se 9 o mo de Kofi Juma kokot e wa Ashanti region me da Kofi de wadi bone na bone na wadi no me nya sure se emu odu che Mustafa Hamid okay Mustafa Hamid one wo bo krono akese oye krono nseso obo kese akese obost we MPA okay krono obo ho no ene freezing niema bebre ene nipa freezing niema na se na niema we nyina faso me da asekojo enti no yoko papa no onfone ni nche Mustafa ho the scale ho nya de keto aha no me Charles yoko ache Masho Kofi Juma former Edema Gihog nipa wa wawie oko wukwa mo chim na ntemi we wawu dada wawu na no mo kokuma so wa hu ni fia no empa no da so empa no kwa gina ni obonte ne mpa nyina nye Kofi Juma dem akonwa esuo nyina na di 1949 ma chance nka se omobra papa panim bone chance yango
Makoju, what are you talking about? Kofi Ghana nana konya 48 years. What is problem?
Na sa ati so the current work akago. Champa wo da so. Fu ka nyina bam. Ye ye on show TV so. Jai.
Me kai sa machines ya na lady kan sa story no ye.
Yes, sa story no. Aboso factory no.
Wow.
Oma cannibalize.
What to wampa?
Oma cannibalize ton of scraps. Oma ton of scraps.
Hey,
you see, Ghana, we are Adena, people don't care. And Tianyene, why make me story come one of the stories I see. There was a factory, machine, the beer or dear that dear call.
Oh, my 212
oh, almost sad. This is about 4 toss scraps. I cheddar no matter way. That's a bit of move through the bit of not they would turn at this away. So, but I think, say, you could for more up your game. When I say almost stories about up in the media, no, that the board has to direct you to do no and more. You see, Raymond starts to find. I don't know what is happening. I really don't know near Koso about Shasi Kama or Shasi in Yeniji. If he say, Mizina, me what did Kasipawo? Yeah, but I've been disappointed. He has let some of us down. Me can't not doubt. Me say, be sensitive, and now I can beat my chest and say, no. Because, of course, sa investigative bodies no Attorney General Yoko ni omo ye omo nyina omo mo aban we they are not helping and that is why this it is we ekofa they are going for the low hanging fruits.
Okay,
these are the low hanging fruits.
I said 7 walk from
we na
kese na kase gugu ho. Okay, Kojo, I charge me.
But the person can be this year for the movie testing say Kojo assembly or restaurant mo fancy kakra. You need share this year. The person munya won say gaming commission see wono sisi kwenu. We did more than 60. And I would do more 63 years. And the confusion one ho. I didn't papa nda to and nanti ne maba won adwuma nye ya mo won mo campaign akokra no no nanti da bi no ono da so te ho because of number 4 chronics near the Sisi Queen Gaming Commission. Yeah, the work in to obey ye. What must say? I don't know Cochrane to. Now, yeah, program now would test my catcher and say, mean slow down, Miss Odia down. Yeah, Baba in Prank Cochrane Gaming Commission and Ransom put a channel to near any bet in the Cochrane to a day.
Oh no, those are one I knew.
That's wow. I'm telling you,
not that day.
If
model automobile and construction consult for Sebra, China used cars, earth movers like tipper trucks, excavators, construction machines, general goods, Ombemabi, Afe, warehouse and China business visa acquisition. Ninano, model automobile and construction consult for Eddie Wujuma. Down the Juma. Aye Joada copy fiada no pan 9 AM copy say 5 PM ebo me that you be 10 AM copy say 2 PM ebebo number obetimi afre omo so 0257 280 656 0257 280 656 omo wotema akosomo kwana so before Hot Oven Bakery on the first floor of the NS Chemist building, Mataiku. Now on set Timiaka Modo Automobile and Construction Consult. On WhatsApp number 0248 428 336 0248 428 336. I never ma kwani edi jumede nyina ba na we cross a loss. Ehwe jumede o se Obrempong wo bo juma nyame sha. Cross nso nyame sha abisia. Okwa MCR director of Mr. of Jampo. Mr. Emmanuel Kisi, Mr. Emmanuel Neti, Abbas, Mr. Peter Cranton, Wamo, and the Shisha TV, the Sumana BBA Ayakama. Lizzie the Tree makeup, Cameron, a Prince of Osu, Anna William Sefa, Anna Jeanette Chile, Anna Faye, Mr. Kevin Asante, a producer Jimedi, and the Mammy, Media and Obrempong, the grassroots president, Ukwapamai Kanya, Yakopon Yadmochna, Meno Bessia, news team now ready, Macau.